up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Oh, look at me. I'm retarded. I'm a globe.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke. Your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, week, your month, even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you 'cause I'm there for you.
The whole system is designed to disconnect you from your intuition. Why? Disconnected people are easy to manipulate. Everything from sunscreen to politics to the food industry. It's all designed to disconnect and manipulate you. We are in the middle of a war right now, but it's not a traditional war. It's a war on consciousness. It's a war on freedom. This is the time to listen, not to the news. No, your intuition, your gut, your heart. Love is the greatest weapon against darkness. How do you love more? You begin by loving yourself. How do you love yourself? You listen to the messages your body is telling you.
Nobody is coming to save you. Get up. Be your own hero. There's an African legend that says, in a race between a lion and a deer, many times the deer wins. Because the lion runs for food, but the deer runs for life. The moral of the story is this: purpose is more powerful than need. When your why is as strong as your need to breathe, nothing can outrun your will.
Slaves used to work all day, every day, with no pay. But they got free food, water, and shelter. Today, we work all day, nearly every day, and we get paid. But the money we make, we spend on food, water, and shelter. We're still slaves. The only thing that has changed is the illusion of freedom.
I just know we found something so wild, of the ordinary. You got me kissing the ground. When you say
I'm scared, Dad.
Do you trust me, son?
Yes.
Come on, son. Rule number 1, never trust anybody.
Gravy make a splash like Pippin. Shit, that's nothing. Splash. Everybody.
I remember when I lost my mind.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind, coming to you from the heart of dystopia. Boy, my camera really looks bad. Let me see if I can fix that up a little bit here. I don't know what's going on. Weird. Maybe if I swap out that and then bring it back. Does that look better? Let's see what that looks like. It does look, well, not quite much. Hold on. Uno momento, please. Let me change it one more time. See if that fixes it up. Hopefully. Yeah, I guess it's good enough. What the fuck ever. I got, let's see back here. Let me get over into my chat again. I got all these people in here. Look at there, 64 people already. I've got Chicago Cubby Bear backstage. I got Janusz.
Hello, guys. Long time no see.
Howdy. Yeah, right. Yeah. Kind of wondering where you was at. Hadn't seen you in a little bit.
I had to deal with some stuff in Ireland. Some protests, some awakening people in a matter of digital ID, and so some meetings. Yeah.
So you ready for that digital ID? Are you?
Of course, I'm not taking this shit. No way. If I hear that they're even planning to bring it, that's one-way ticket to Poland. Yeah, I'm already prepared for this time.
Poland's going to get it too.
I know, but in Poland I'm self-sufficient because I have hidden house. I have a generator, I have plants, I have well, so yeah, I can survive.
Well, hope that works. I mean, you know, it's kind of, it's almost like it's coming in. You know, every government is coordinated in effort to do this exact thing. You know,
yeah,
and it's
108,
putting it in one place at a time, I guess, or maybe even introducing it in several places at a time, you know?
I don't think it really matters whether you have the physical ID or not. I think eventually they're tracking you, they're watching us anyway. So what's it all matter?
Yep, that's the way I look at it too.
Just like, it's enough if we do one thing. Just fucking say no. They can't arrest everyone. It's impossible.
Oh, I ain't getting it. I'm not gonna do it on my own accord or anything like that.
No, they're gonna have to really force me into it.
I ain't even gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna go to the DMV and go ask for it or nothing like that. So I just assume that at some point that whatever kind of ID they give you, it's gonna be whatever they give you. You know.
The thing is, that people are convinced that crypto, the private coins are the way to go. Mm-hmm. They can't understand that the blockchain was introduced for this particular reason. So it's all connected. People don't fucking get it. Oh no, it's good, it's free, they can trace it. Man, they introduced the freaking laws, so-called laws, that you have to use your digital ID to log into internet. You are fucked.
Yeah.
What you do?
Your phone is your
coin. Nothing. People don't get it. They're blind as fuck, even if they think they are awakened.
Your phone is your digital ID pretty much anyway, besides the point.
That's why I never had smartphone, because I'm smart enough myself to know to not use any smart devices.
Yeah. What do you use, by the way? Just out of curiosity. You use
the old one. I don't even know what's the version, to be honest.
Oh, like a flip phone type thing?
That's Nokia, whatever it is.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Kind of brick phone,
Yeah.
He's using dial-up AOL right now.
Close enough.
Walkie-talkie.
You've got mail.
People now saying to me, "Oh man, you were saying to me that a few years ago that's to get rid of my smartphone. I know what you mean now." I was like, "Shit, man! I was telling you many years ago. You should listen to me."
Hey, did you guys? Anybody get to see that blood moon?
No.
Yeah, I did.
You saw it? I got a little time lapse of it here. It says, for those of you who missed the blood moon, also notice how the supposed shadow of the moon on the moon takes an almost 90-degree turn. I've often wondered why that happens too. Let's take a look at it real quick. There it comes in, almost from about 9:30, 9 o'clock, between 9 and 10. Let's see which way it leaves. Should be like right down there around 4 and 5. Or 3 and 4, rather. No, wait, what? What? That don't make no sense, does it? Watch here, watch it real fast. We saw it come in from up here, right here, right? And it's leaving from down here. How's that possible? Watch it one more time. It's coming in from right here, and it's going to leave from down here. It's traveling this way. How does it leave from down here?
Yep. To be honest, I don't even think that the so-called moon is physical object.
I don't think it is.
It looks like a filter going in front of it.
Told you about that time I took a little LED light and I had it on an alligator clip. You know those little helping hands things with a magnifying glass, right? And I had an LED light and I was holding it, having it held in there because I was gluing a rod to the end of it so I could fasten it to something. And I turned it on, and the magnifying glass happened to be turned perpendicular to the whole unit, right? So that light was shining through this magnifying glass onto the wall. And it gave the appearance of a textured 3-dimensional sphere on the wall. And what was really cool is if I turned the magnifying glass a little bit and gave it some angle, it started like going through phases. It was pretty fucking cool, man. Pretty fucking cool. So later on, the wife came home and I didn't touch it. I says, I got to show her this. And in the meantime, I took a hit off my bong and I coughed really bad. Unbeknownst to me, some little specks of like spit and shit, from coughing got on the magnifying glass. And I showed her that. I says, watch this, man. And I turned on that light, and we did it with the light off. And I turned on that light on there with that magnifying glass. Well, now with those little spit marks on there, it gave it fucking texture even more, made it look like it had goddamn craters on it.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I wish I would have fucking filmed it, but I didn't.
Sure, it wouldn't be too hard to
do it again. I'll just have to do it again. Yeah, I got those things in the closet. Get them out. Just a matter of getting me motivated to do shit.
Roach clips.
Yeah, roach clips, helping hands.
Yeah,
those are for like when you're painting your models and it holds your joint so you can reach over.
Right.
Yeah, man.
I dropped the link, like a 3 minutes video related to the carbon score, to the digital ID. It's pretty on time.
Oh, yeah? Do I have to copy this and paste it again?
Possibly, yes.
Why you do this to me, Janusz?
Just testing your abilities.
What you're trying to do here. No.
DEI beer, that's a good one.
What is it?
DEI beer.
Long hit is part of science. It proves the gas pressure system cannot exist without physical containment.
No, you're wrong. It's gravity. It's holding the air,
Gravity. Yeah, there is a thing called a gravity bong, but it's really quite a misnomer. And
yeah, it is.
When people use one and call it a gravity bong, I kind of like correct them.
It's also a waste of weed.
Yeah, I'm not a real big fan of it. Let me see here. CBDCs. I wonder what that would sound like on a guitar. CBDC.
Yeah, central digital bank currency connected with the carbon score points with the digital ID.
Something you take to go to sleep.
This is it here. Bong hit is part of science. I agree. We went over that already, didn't we? Density bong. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Equilibrium bong. Now we're getting deep with this shit. 2-stage multi-medium equilibrium bong. That's too hard to say. Get some hide up motherfucker try to say that shit, right?
Good morning, citizens. Your overnight account balances have been updated. Time to start a productive day. Final notice, your account balance is below 500. You need 50 credits by the end of the day to avoid automatic eviction. If you have missed work due to illness, you must provide a doctor's note to reclaim your credits.
Any extra credits? Please.
Tensions are high today, with more people planning to join the Citizens Against Digital Control protest. Remember, the government knows who you are at all times. Resisting is not worth the consequences. All of their newest social credit systems are designed to keep you and your families safe and efficient.
Authorities seized a record balance of an individual's credits, citing excessive hoarding.
Traffic violation detected. 7 miles per hour over the limit. 75 credits have been automatically deducted.
You have to be fucking kidding me.
Oh, you cuss. You're going to lose more credits.
Yep, you got the flu. Your blood work shows a significant iron deficiency.
No, you don't. That don't exist
I recommend
anymore.
incorporating more red meat into your diet.
Dr. Jones, your taxes were not filed and have been automatically deducted with late fees. Your medical license has been revoked.
Oh, hell nah. I filed an extension.
Purchase denied. Monthly red meat allowance exceeded. Try mealworms instead.
Can you guys please let me through?
Attention. Unauthorized political gathering detected. Participants' access to financial services has been suspended. Due to the speeding infraction, your car will be immobilized for 3 days.
Fuck you! Take your surveillance policies and rot in hell!
You've earned 50 bonus credits for reporting your neighbor's hateful misconduct. This content exceeds your current social credit tier. May we suggest citizen responsibility? Sarah, open the door. You have been identified by the authorities. Don't resist. Don't resist. Don't resist.
Wow, that's pretty fucking deep.
Yep.
That's kind of like
it's coming. Big time.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I don't know about y'all, but
Yeah, I will die on this hill. I will die on my feet, not on my knees.
that's exactly right, man. Exactly right. Hey, is there something I had over here too?
You know, I was thinking about something earlier about yesterday. We were talking about like what event was going to happen next, Project Blue Beam, whatever. But I was thinking probably like a weather event is going to happen next, kind of like the North Carolina, Hawaii, the Hawaii thing, something like that. But I think
I'm fully expecting something this month, Chad.
Yeah.
October, always with the October surprise, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I was thinking that most of the people, like the people that lived in the hills of North Carolina and all that, or wherever, you know, I think they need to get rid of those people because they're not on the grid. They need people with smart TVs, smart devices, and all that. That's why they have these weather events, to get rid of all those people. And the rest of the people that are on the grid, you know, you can stick around and we'll keep you under UBI and all that, your digital ID, that what have you. But
I'm talking about the 2025 since 3-4 decades.
Mhm.
It was like, are you conspiracy theorist? So when Charlie Kirk event happened, I was like, that's too small. Something bigger has to hit. And we still have 2025. Okay, they might push a bit slightly the event to beginning of 2026, but not later, because they are already behind the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 2030 is still a thing.
Well, that will be another one. Yeah.
5 years ain't shit, man. 5 years have gone by quicker, and it's pissed, man. This last day, I just wanted to say about this picture I've got up here. If you get it, you get it. Okay. I'm a Monty Python.
I get it.
And you know, that's
Life
what I
for Brian and Babitsky.
listen, this is what I told about that to Brian. He messaged me. He says, I'm sorry about my accent. It's hard for people to understand me and shit. I says, it's not as hard for me because I watch a lot of Monty Python, so I can pick up what you're dropping, you know. But I don't know if some of it though goes right over my fucking head. I never heard that kind of accent before in my life. This I thought was rather interesting news article here. This is all I got on it. Is there was a 425-pound teacher who was suspended for sitting on a student's head and farting in his mouth. That's taking corporal punishment to a whole new fucking level, bro. I'm just saying.
Man.
That right there is
she was just providing micro elements for him. What do you want?
I don't know where the fuck you got it. I thought this was funny too. This is I would show that. I just wanted to get some humor in here tonight. This is pretty good. Sure, I can paint your ceiling. Michelangelo scoffs to himself. Gonna paint a bunch of dudes with their dicks out though. We need the more penises in here. It's not quite done, Mike. Oh my God, where was I at anyway?
Itty bitty Peter committee.
Here's the thing: says that for the first time, a U.S. politician has cut ties with AIPAC.
Who did?
He has a better chance of getting elected without AIPAC support than with it. This is the beginning of the end for AIPAC's stranglehold on American politics.
But the thing is, it's problematic because AIPAC has so much money that if someone does not support them, they will put shitloads of money in promotion of the candidate, and mainly he wins. So money wins, unfortunately.
They're always going to win.
It's like they're like hedge fund stockholders or whatever. You know,
they fund both sides. They fund both sides. Yeah.
Well, when somebody's having a bad time, they just all pitch in and help them out. You know, somebody will start their stocks start going out, then all the hedge fund people get together and they support that person's thing until they get them back on track again.
Yep.
It's rigged against everybody.
In this game, you know, Pac-Man, it's AI, Pac, eating everything on the way.
Yep. See what this says.
This is breaking news. For the first time ever, a U.S. congressman has returned his AIPAC donations and severed ties with the lobbying group. U.S. Congressman of Massachusetts, Seth Moulton, who's currently running for the U.S. Senate, just posted this on his X account. I am returning AIPAC donations and refusing to accept any donations or support from them. The FEC filing I made yesterday reflects that we are returning donations. Below is my statement explaining why. I am cautiously optimistic that the recent breakthrough in Gaza will move us closer to ending the horrific violence in the region. A political resolution that allows Israelis and Palestinians to live side by side in peace is exactly the kind of framework I've been calling for from the beginning. I support Israel's right to exist, but I've also never been afraid to disagree openly with AIPAC when I believe they're wrong. In recent years, AIPAC has aligned itself too closely with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's government. I'm a friend of Israel, but not of its current government, and AIPAC's mission today is to back that government. I don't support that direction. That's why I've decided to return the donations I've received and will not be accepting their support. I still don't trust that guy, but that's not why this is such a big deal. For the first time ever, a U.S. congressman who's currently running for the Senate believes he has a better chance getting elected without AIPAC support than with it. Our voices, our efforts on social media. For the first time ever, we have politicians second-guessing their alignment with AIPAC. Let's keep this up. We're going to be seeing a lot more of this. This is a huge political shift.
Yeah, why it's happening? Because Russian television, RT News.
This is breaking news.
That that the shift in the U.S. Perception of the Israel is changing. Now, people who are opposing the Israel, comparing to supporters of Israel, is 1 point more. Usually it was like a 10 less.
So yeah, people aren't. They're not falling for it anymore. Some of the older generation is turning on it because they're realizing what the fuck's actually going on. And this younger generation, look, screaming about a fucking Holocaust doesn't affect them any.
No, they don't give a fuck anymore. And a lot of them, they know it was Holocaust.
What is it always with this? I support Israel's right to exist. Like, what?
I know, right?
Like nobody else, just them, huh? Okay.
Well, it was born out of terrorism. In fact, I've got a video here on that. So I was just looking for here. Shouldn't be too far down. It's what's that?
Good to see you all tonight.
Hey, what's going on, RG? I saw you was having a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, that's good. Cool, man. Just jumping in, man. When y'all get a chance to. Anyway, I'm kind of hurting tonight, kind of weak. But anyway, y'all go ahead and finish what you were saying, and I just wanted to ask a question when y'all are ready.
Well, go ahead and ask, man. Go ahead and ask your question.
Sorry. Yeah, thank you. So I dropped a link. I don't know if y'all. I'm sure everybody here has heard of the Magna Carta, right? And when it was signed and all that a few hundred years back, I don't know the exact history date, but I know what the purpose of it was, right? And what the British, European, Anglo-Saxon kind of agenda was, right? So I don't know if people have heard about in 2021 and 2023, there is 2 new cartas. There's a Terra Carta and a Astra Carta that were signed in the efforts to control the land and the electromagnetic spectrum in low Earth orbit. And the military, I don't know if y'all have heard about and I put a link there to where it shows you exactly what they've done behind their back. And it's going to be, if we don't try to jump on this now and really get it out there to people to smush and to go against, bro.
All right. Well, I'll take a look at it, and that might be a great idea for some future shows. I don't know enough about it yet to jump in on it.
It's also legalize the technology they already have to hack and control human body. That's the agenda behind it.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, man. It's twice as bad because there's 2 of them. One for land, one for up above our heads now. And the Magna Carta only accomplished the corporate, takeover of stuff and land, right?
Yes,
but now,
we still only scratch the surface. To deeper understanding is we have to understand that it's all Satan's plan, because Satan hates God and hates God's creation, which is us. That's why he will not change us. When Satan was sent to hell, he was arguing with God, and God, as we know, is just. He told them, okay, I was sent there because I sinned, but people are on earth and they sin as well. I should have the same rights as they have. And God agreed because God is just. So, and he said, give me time. I will change them against you and turn them against you. That's the Satan's agenda. People don't get it. People don't believe in God. Right. That's their first mistake.
Have you looked into that? Those 2 documents yet? I don't know your name. I'm not familiar with you, bud. But those is pretty satanic, I would say. Yeah, the agenda.
Agenda, yes. I didn't go through the documents. No, not yet.
It's a little later time, But I just wanted to say what's up, man. Hop on for a second and show support. But I guess I'm probably going to jump off, brother. If I talk too much, my abdomen always and my diaphragm swell and fucks with my pain. So I'm just going to listen in. So hope y'all have a good night, bro.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for sharing.
See you next time.
You're welcome, bro. All right. Peace.
So this is what I was looking for here.
I don't know if they're really statistically
like
relevant.
the first terrorists in the Middle East were Jewish, right? They're the ones that brought terrorism there. There was 3 terrorist groups that were all Jewish. The Stern
Muhammad
gang.
was a terrorist. He was a fucking warlord. How far
I'm
back?
talking about I'm not talking war. I'm not bombing modern terrorism. They were bombing hotels. The King David Hotel. They killed 91, including British. They did massive terrorist attacks. They're the ones that they tried killing President Truman. They sent letter bombs to him. No one knows about this.
Jews tried to kill President Truman with a letter bomb.
Yep, the Stern gang. They sent letter bombs to him. Right, it was right before Israel was formed because he didn't recognize the state. They recognized the state after he had
And they were pro-Israeli. They were Israelis.
Yes, they're the guys that became the first Israeli government.
Okay.
Everyone should look everything up I'm saying. It's so these guys are trying to kill our presidents. They're killing English soldiers. They're kidnapping and hanging English. So during World War II, they were fighting Britain. They say no one came to help us during World War II. They were busy fighting Britain during World War II instead of Hitler.
The Jews were in the Middle East.
They were battling the British soldiers during World War II. They were killing tons of them, hanging them. We can pull this shit up right now.
Yeah, I'm not denying it. I'm not familiar with that particular yarn, but
no, I've done a good amount. I didn't come to hate Israel for no reason. I've done basically. Atheist Jewish bankers, the Rothschilds and others, decided to create Israel, and they decided to create it in 1897. They got the Balfour Declaration. Was it Jacob Rothschild or Nathaniel Rothschild? He told Jacob Rothschild, he told England, "I'll bring America into World War I if you give us Israel." So that's how that became about. And how are Jews able to bring America into World War I?
Yeah, well, the problem with all of this stuff is it's in the past. I mean, Britain created Pakistan after World War II because they thought Muslims and Hindus need to be separated. And I used to be anti-Israel. I used to say free Palestine and stuff when I was in my 20s. And then someone explained to me, look, these borders were fought with blood, for better or for worse. It's the same as America. They conquered the land. They won it. You could say it was fair and square or not fair and square. But when land is conquered with blood, those are the borders now. That's how every country was made.
Again, it was made that way.
It's not let's focus on where we're going from here on.
Fix it. One big issue, real quick, I have though. They pretend like they didn't conquer that land. They act like that was always their land. That is such bullshit. There was basically no Jews living in Israel in like 1900, and then they all started flooding there that the Rothschilds are paying to come out there, and. Like you say, they're not from Palestine, obviously. Like you say, they're white. They're not fucking from the Middle East. We can agree on that, right?
100%. England helped with it, unfortunately.
I don't know if they're really statistically
as well.
Oh, this is interesting too about the lead paint.
That's a confusing poll you put up there.
It's a confusing poll.
The way you spelled it. I got it. I knew what you meant. I was just joking.
Talking about the removing the lead from the paint. About this.
Oh yeah, do you feel? I mean, do you feel?
And then it says no instead of no. It's all right. It looks like I spelled it.
I don't know, guys, if you have seen the document, official government document, birth certificate of the Obama. One guy gone through it and showed how it was fucking made up.
All right, I'm gonna redo that fucking thing.
Sorry.
Oh, thank you. All right, while this thing about lead paint's on, I will do it.
Did they really ban lead paint because it was toxic, or because it blocked their signals? Think about it. For decades, every home was coated in lead paint, thick, durable, insulating. Then suddenly, governments worldwide decided it was dangerous. But here's what they don't tell you. Lead is a natural shield against radiation and electromagnetic frequencies. In other words, radio waves can't penetrate it. Before the ban, your walls literally acted like armor. No TV signals, no radio frequencies, no wireless anything could pass through. And then, right as wireless communication exploded, radio, television, early radar, the health panic began. Convenient timing, right? They told us it was about safety, but the studies linking lead paint to poisoning? Most came from industrial smelting, not house paint. The numbers never added up. But what did add up was control. Because once the lead came off the walls, the signals went in.
Every home became a receiver. Every person became a node in a connected network. Was lead paint banned to protect you or to make sure they could finally reach inside your home?
It's exactly that, so they could reach inside your home. It's exactly that. You know, you go for an x-ray, they make you wear a lead apron. Unless you're a certain age or above. It was crazy. Last time I had an x-ray, they put the thing. I says, ain't I supposed to wear one of the lead aprons? They said, oh, we don't worry about a lead apron on people your age or above. And I was like, oh, why? Because we're already gonna fucking die? Is that what the fuck, dude?
We have to learn from the history and remember history. What they use children. The children are eating chips, paint chips from the walls, and it's very dangerous. Now the same, they are doing that in the Australia. So children cannot access internet unless they are adults already, 18 years old, or unless they are supervised. So then they say, okay, we can't trust you as parents because you don't look what they are checking on the internet. So we have to bring digital ID to confirm that they are of age. That's how it fucking starts with children usually.
So I found this interesting shit here about this, that apparently Charlie Kirk had uncovered some shit about child trafficking and about Erica's connection to it.
No way. I guess they're erasing a bunch of his old podcasts off their thing too. I don't know why, but
dude, they're scrubbing this whole thing for a reason, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. This huge propaganda thing. What's happening? There's Tony Drake, way down in the land down under, as they call it. Probably right now sitting outside, petting a kangaroo and eating a Vegemite sandwich. Yes? No? Perhaps?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a bit yucky out there at the moment. Windy, rainy.
But you're eating the Vegemite sandwich, right? Please, yes.
Right? No, I'm smoking. I'm smoking a joint, aren't I?
It's good for you, I guess.
Hey, it's 10:11 at the moment over here.
Well, it's 10:12 at the moment right here.
Yeah, no, it was 10:11 when I first saw it.
Yeah. It's 12 hours difference.
Yeah. Hey, you must be on the other fucking side or something.
Dug a hole.
What happened? I didn't hear.
They dug a hole all the way to you.
Yeah, that's all you'd have to do is just dig a hole straight on through. Probably pop right up here in my backyard. Careful where you dig. We'll get into that.
I've got a
just a second. Don't let me forget about that, Cubby.
What's
up? About the Erica Kirk.
Oh yeah,
with that, because it's give or take probably about 11 minutes altogether. I know where the commercial starts and where to cut out the commercial at. But it's pretty fucking telling. I mean, there's some wild shit on that. I mean, isn't it crazy that there was no funeral? There was no burial. All these, like I said, man, the dude didn't really get killed. So what's on your mind tonight there, Mr. Tony Drake?
Oh, yeah, okay. I'll probably just give you a little bit of a background. But I'm due in court on Wednesday at 8:30 next. I had a long discussion with my lawyer a couple of days ago, and she says, I don't even need to turn up. It's just a procedural thing, and the judge will be there. My legal aid lawyer will be there, and she'll ask for a postponement because the police haven't brought forward all the necessary paperwork, and it'll be postponed until next year, and we'll probably get a conclusion in about 4 years' time. And I said to her, fuck you. I don't want to be in this situation worried about it for the next 4 years. I said, what about if I come to court and try and talk the judge into some sense? She said, you'll be found in contempt of court and we'll chuck you back into jail.
You're not allowed to talk to the judge. You're not allowed to talk to the judge. Your attorney has to talk to the judge on your behalf.
I don't have a fucking.
You're not allowed to talk to the prosecution either. Okay, because only through your attorney. Once you accepted the attorney, you have turned your rights over to him. You understand? That's what you have given them to him. You have admitted that you are an infant, and I don't mean it as an insult. This is exactly what it comes down to, that you are incompetent and therefore have to have a representative in court. That's what having an attorney actually is. So the thing is that what's the charge?
That's a question you
told me.
I mean,
yes, well, but can't I just sack my attorney?
Yes, that's the best way.
You represent.
Well, you could if you are equipped to represent yourself, but are you equipped to represent yourself?
Don't use this word. You're representing yourself.
Well,
use the word. You are coming to court on a special appearance. So
Okay.
you're presenting your case. Not
what I'm afraid of is it's easy enough to get your foot in the door with that, but does he have the information enough to be able to contend himself against everything that's in there? You see, it's one thing to know it, but you have to also understand it, because they're going to test you. They're going to try you on that. They're going to check and see if you don't understand it. They're just going to run right over you.
Hey,
you're going to run it.
Hey,
you're going to dig a bigger hole.
Yep.
The last time I was I was in jail a month ago, like for 6 weeks. I was in Hakea. That's the most renowned prison in WA. And in there, I met a guy that used to be just about a top lawyer in Perth, WA. He's in jail because he said "fuck you" to the system.
Yeah.
How are the Swedish meatballs?
So that's all I have to do. Go to.
I thought you said you're an IQ.
Go to. I sack my.
What are the charges, Tony? It's it's all going to come down to on what's the evidence, and
yeah, right.
How can you refute that? How the evidence? You don't. You're at least here in America. A lot of people get the impression that they have to prove their innocence. You don't have to do that. They have to prove your guilt.
Depends. Correct. It depends on the charge. If you do not harm anyone, there is no crime. They cannot use that the government or entity, whatever, is being hurt. It has to be living man or living woman who has been hurt, who you trespass against.
State
if there was no harm. Sorry?
State can't be a victim.
Exactly. So, and remember, always the best way is to challenge jurisdiction, to start with this stuff. So they have to provide evidence they have jurisdiction over you. That's the very first step. You don't even need to go to court. Fight them on email. That's it. And challenge them each time. Look into it.
Yeah, I know what you're doing though.
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult. Basically, because of my eyesight, because I'm legally blind, it's very hard for me to do emails, and even to talk to you now, I have to get a big tablet, and I have to get it all expanded and so on and so on. But I was just thinking of walking into court and just say, basically saying, getting the court to, why? I suppose I'd go in there and say, whose authority are you trying to prosecute me on? And that my authority is only to God. And I don't need to know all your paperwork and how to shuffle bits of paper and what words to put here. I met the top lawyer from WA in prison. He used to walk around prison carrying books to help some of the inmates, which he obviously did. But he's in there because they don't want him in their system anymore.
What did you do to begin with?
I was accused. It's quite a complicated. I was accused of mistreating a minor.
Yikes!
The woman that filed the charges and reported it to the police, she did that 10 years after the accused event, and she did it a month after stealing over $1 million from my account.
And what's the evidence that they have other than her testimony?
Well, when I spoke to my lawyer 2 days ago, my lawyer said she's going to call for a postponement because the police haven't forwarded any evidence.
Yeah,
so she's going to call for a postponement.
They have to show the evidence that they have against you.
Yeah, so it's going to be postponed for another year, and maybe I'll see a result in 4 years' time. Fuck you.
I don't know, or it could be go in there and get railroaded right around and be stuck in jail with the worst sentence possible that they could give you because they want to make an example of you.
Yeah, so that's why
you got to wait out too.
Hey, this is the this is the crux of the matter. The whole world is doing the same thing.
Yeah. So here,
what are we doing?
Does it the best right here. The trick is not to play the game. Absolutely.
Yeah, but I'm in the game already because I've been arrested. I've been in court many times throughout my life. My first time was in court was because I was 19 because I didn't accept the fucking system.
How'd that work out?
I'm 77 now.
Right.
Yeah, but how long do I wait? Do I wait till I'm 88 and then fuck them?
Right. Your mic's a little hot there, Tony. If you could back off.
No. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. It's a problem of mine. I get emotional and then I start shouting.
I'll tell you what. No, I can't tell you what to do. Okay. That would be illegal for me to do that. I don't know. You have to make your own decision on all that. I would gather up as much information as I possibly could. I would compare what they have on the charges, the wording of the charges, with the definitions that are provided in a law dictionary, because we often find that in legalese, commonly used words do not mean what you think they do in the legal system. So I would go there. But as far as like getting rid of your attorney or any of that other shit, I don't know. That's all on you, bro. And
don't get
there again. It's all going to depend on the evidence that's there, and what have you. You know, is there any kind of forensics involved? Is it merely a he said, she said type situation? It does look a bit suspicious that at the same time you claim you lost a bunch of money to this person, that they stole it from you, that they presented these allegations. You know, there's a lot of moving pieces in this whole thing, and I really have to hope the best for you. But I don't know what anybody here could give you nobody can give you any advice on that. That's just going to have to be something you work yourself through, and I hope you the best. Really, I do.
If you will go to court, remember there is one simple rule. Obligation of your lawyer is to the court, not to you.
Mm-hmm.
So familiarize yourself with the legality language, which is Black's Law Dictionary, for example, or Ballantyne's Dictionary. Look into the wording and definitions, because like Sof said, the words had different meaning, because legality is not English. It's legality, different language. So if you're going to present yourself, do it yourself with no attorney whatsoever, and challenge them on jurisdiction.
Yeah. So I wanted to show this. I thought this was kind of good. Did you guys see where Nancy Pelosi turned to that reporter and told her, "You shut up," and pointed her finger? This is terrible. Watch this.
Congresswoman, how are your trades now that you can't get insider information? Is it true you've been drinking more vodka lately? Why do your boobs look like sandbags? Is your husband still having an affair with the hammer guy? And why are you dressed like a leprechaun? Have you found your pot of gold yet?
Shut up. I'm 200 fucking years old. You try walking around with a pair of sandbags, and yes, my husband is fucking the hammer guy. That's why I'm drunk.
American people want to know. We still have questions. Thank you.
AI is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
I love shit like that, man.
She always gotta have somebody helping her walk nowadays, kind of like McConnell and all them. It's like wild, all these people.
Oh, he dropped down the other day, I think yesterday.
Freaking giant nursing home.
Oh, this is pretty bad. Here's how an AIPAC ad exposed itself. This is terrible. I gotta hold.
I think she found her pot of gold, though. That much is for certain.
Tell you what, if that woman if she can't get another facelift, she'll have a fucking beard. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, what's going on? Oh, look, Nancy Pelosi now has a double chin, a cleft chin. Looks a bit like Kirk Douglas.
Oh, man.
Oh, that means
she'll have to put her bra on her head.
Because this is the camel toe, y'all. Come on, because
Gravy make a splash like Pippin. Shit, that's nothing.
Right?
Yeah, I got with the beard part.
That's sexy. That's sexy. It's hot. That's hot. Good God, no, it ain't. Jesus Christ. Whew. Wait, this is pretty good.
Did you guys see that new AIPAC ad that just dropped? Because it's almost like they're snitching on themselves.
We raise money to help elect pro-Israel candidates for Congress from both parties. And we take the political fight to our opponents, helping defeat anti-Israel candidates running for the House or Senate. AIPAC is leading the fight in Washington to secure the future of the U.S.-Israel relationship. The actions of pro-Israel Americans today will help determine the future of this bond and the fate of both countries.
So no benefits to Americans. The average American's living paycheck to paycheck so that you can enjoy free healthcare, free education. But they're our greatest ally. They do nothing for us. Yet the same people who say we got to get the bad guys before they get us never stop to ask, why do those bad guys hate us only after we united with that nation? This is just so wild that the only people who are still falling for this are old boomers. And this full-on rebrand just screams desperation. They're still trying to reel in the evangelical Christians, the only ones still buying into this narrative, into thinking that sending billions overseas and fighting endless wars is America first. It's not. Your narrative is done.
Listen, that is true, man. A lot of people are noticing. They're realizing the rhetoric is going around the same as it was in, 1935. Seems cyclical to me, doesn't it?
Hopefully America will be 110th country on the list, which will kick out all the Jews from their country.
What is this?
Well, we got the big No Kings protest tomorrow, so maybe they'll accomplish what they couldn't the last time.
Oh, I wanted to find
No kings, no walking, biking, hiking.
Listen to this really fucking crazy guy. He's a MAGA pastor, Shane Vaughn. He said that God allowed Satan to kill Charlie, so Charlie couldn't think for himself. What? Listen to this. I can't believe these fucking people.
No, Israel did not kill Charlie Kirk. Satan did. And God allowed it for reasons that we may never know. But here's what I do know. When I tell you something, there is something I have had my finger on the pulse of this nation for 5 years. I told you what the problem was. They were turning him in. They was Tucker and him were like this. They were turning Charlie against God's chosen people.
Oh, no.
And God said, no, not today. No. No, you're too pure and you have too much influence.
Well, then why didn't God just go ahead and let Satan kill Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens? Right. And save this chosen child, right?
So I'm going to bring you before Satan can use you. I'm going to let your testimony for the rest of your life be all the positive things you have said about Israel that's on record. See, now there are no videos of him except one where he started questioning Israel. Everything else is all positive Israel. And isn't that funny? That's all that's left in the collective archive.
What the fuck? I mean, is that guy for real? He's a pastor. This guy, he leads a congregation of people.
And that's the problem with the so-called pastors. They read too much the Rhymes Bible and the Scofield Bible, and as well too much King James Bible. But in King James Bible, you can find verses which they exactly opposing so-called Jews.
Yeah.
So, but if you are just on the boat two, first I listed, you are brainwashed. And that's it. Simple as that.
What about Anna Kasparian?
Oh yeah, she was. As I recall, she was leaning left, but now she is exposing Jews.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. She has really listened. This is she's just letting it go. She's just been letting it go. Listen to this shit.
You know what? Even if those people say a lot of good things, I don't trust them because they are main figures on the media. It's to divide and conquer. I don't believe they have change of heart. I just don't.
And for any Israelis watching this right now, I want you to be clear. I want you to understand this, okay? You are hated internationally. Hated. The whole international community loathes you. Young American citizens in this country, both left and right, loathe you. And eventually, these are the people who are going to come into power. Don't be mistaken based on the propaganda you hear in American media. That's not representative of how the American people feel about you. You're hated. And it's not because you're Jewish. It's because you slaughter innocent people. It's because you think you're God's chosen people when you act like absolute demons. You guys like to slaughter people and steal land, and you think you're better than everyone else. You think that you're entitled to everything, including our tax dollars. It's disgusting.
I think she pretty much fucking nailed it right there, man. What's this guy's name? Ken O'Keefe.
Oh, that's as well.
You know who I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's a dude's got that little teardrop.
Sorry, Ken O'Keefe. I was thinking about another O'Keefe. Yeah, so, yeah. This one is okay. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
Did I have it wrong? What's it?
No, you had it right. He was thinking you were talking about James
mistaken. The two guys, you know.
You're thinking of the guy that does the undercover sting.
Yeah. That was O'Keefe Media. Yeah.
James. What's that guy's name? James
O'Keefe.
Yeah.
He's gone to.
I only need one O'Keefe.
Bilderberg.
Yeah, change your name. One of y'all. Either way. This is pretty good. And this guy on the left, wait till you watch how this guy squirms.
We are the terrorists. America, Britain, and Israel.
The children's to be
okay, weapons of mass destruction, Iraq. 2 million dead. That was a lie.
So you
that
were
was
terrorists.
terrorism.
You were a Marine.
We have Madeleine Albright, former Secretary of State of the United States, who said, quote, 500,000 dead children was, quote, worth it. That's terrorism.
So you were a terrorist.
The United States has dropped Hiroshima, Nagasaki, the firebombing of Dresden. We can go on and on. Terrorism, by its legal definition, has not been prosecuted. That's called impunity, and it's because of impunity that we sit here today.
Yeah.
And if, by the way, any of those nations which we have bombed and genocided and supplied the weapons to do that decide to come over here, well, how? What do you reckon? What do you reckon? Would you sit by and do nothing while your country was being bombed, while it was all based on lies, weapons of mass destruction, much? No, I would fight. By the way, the Palestinians are an occupied nation. Occupied, which means the occupying nation has a legal obligation. They've cut off air, water, food, in every way. Literally, when you're in a firestorm, there's no air left. You're burning
selling the idea
under the rubble. This is impunity in the nuclear age.
This is good.
World War III. Best we stop it.
Okay, why the Jews think what they think? Let's hear it.
We are the terrorists.
I just dropped short video.
Why what now?
Why Jews act as they act. I dropped a very short video from the horse mouth, what they think about you, me, and everyone else who is not so-called Jew.
Is this going to be all right on here?
Yeah, is this going to get me in trouble?
No, it's he's speaking, Jew is speaking, so it's his own words, so
I got one here. Look here. We're about to show you something, man. To show you something. This is
Can't be punished for it because you're not speaking this.
Because this is right along those lines. Watch this. This is right along those lines, and I'll bring that up. Oops. There it is.
רציתי לשאול מה היו החטאים של ישו, והאם זה נכון שהוא בברכה של צער ותחת.
כן. הוא עבר עבירות קשות, מתחילה הוא היה סוטה.
כן, זה נכון שהוא כאילו לתמיד שם בצער ותחת בעולם הבא?
למה לא?
זה לתמיד?
כן, מה יש?
כבוד הרב, רציתי לשאול מה היו החטאים של ישו, והאם זה נכון שהוא בברכה של צער ותחת.
כן.
So, in case you missed it, he says, is it true that Jesus is in a boiling pit of excrement? The guy says, yeah, he is.
That's what
Because
they
he
did.
sinned and he was a pervert from the beginning. And it's like, what? So that's the first time I've ever heard anybody call Jesus a pervert. That ain't right.
Always commit accusation. They accuse other people of what they are doing.
Yeah.
So that's the guy with the acorn on his head.
You can run this Talmudic math video, the last one on the list.
What? Whoops, wait. Yeah, let me grab this thing up and pull it up. I mean, this is fucked up. This is why I don't understand these Christians that are supposed Christians and they're, oh, I'm Judeo-Christian. I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean?
It's oxymoron. It doesn't exist.
What does that even mean? You mean where are we talking about? The Abrahamic religions? Are we talking about that? Is that what we're going with? The Abrahamic religions? Abraham wasn't a Jew. There was no such thing when Abraham was around. So
okay. There is no letter J in Hebrew. Real. There were Judeans and Judahites from Judea, but there was no Jews.
What about the Judean People's Front or the People's Front of Judea?
Mm-hmm. It was letter Y, not J.
Oh my God, are any of you fucking Monty Python fans at all? Nobody. Come on, man.
I've just never watched it.
I remember this, yeah.
The Life of Brian is hilarious.
They're in front of Fight, whatever it was. Yeah.
Life of Brian is hilarious. They're a little underground organization. They were the Judean People's Front, and they absolutely hated the People's Front of Judea. That was the other rival, like, underground group. They're in this meeting and shit, and the dude says, all right, so what have the Romans ever done for us? And the guy puts up his hand and says,
they built the roads.
The aqueduct? He goes, oh, yeah, well, the aqueduct, that's right. Well, besides the aqueduct, what have the Romans ever done for us? Sanitation? Oh, yeah. He said, oh, yeah, Reg, you remember how filthy the streets used to be? And shit. And it's pretty soon he's like, okay, besides the sanitation, the clean water, the wine, the architecture, blah, 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 blah. What have the Romans ever done for us? And it's about that time that a knock comes at the door. There's a centurion and some Roman guards, and everybody just like hides under fucking shit that you could see them plain as day. And these guys march in there and don't see them and walk back out. It's fucked up, man.
Gonna have to watch it. I saw, have never committed to it yet.
It's all taking place around the same time as Jesus, right? And right at the beginning of the movie is this kid. He's born in a manger, right? And the three wise men, they follow the star and they go into the manger, and there's the baby and shit. They give the mother these gifts, myrrh, frankincense, and everything.
Yeah. She was happy about it. What do you fucking bring those things?
Then the one dude looks out the door and he sees another manger kind of like down the street, with a glow coming out of it. And he tells the other guy, and they all look out there and they push the woman down and take the gifts back and shit. It's fucking hilarious, man. Babe, wake up. The new Goy conversation rate just dropped. Janusz has sent this to us. Here we go, everybody. So be ready. I'm really fucking high. I am, man. It's good though. I mean, not unfunctionable high. Just I'm just enjoying everything I'm doing.
The value of every Jew count like many other goyim in his spiritual value. Even you take righteous goyim and you put them compared to one righteous Jew, one Jew can be equal like thousands of righteous goyim. If you put them on a scale spiritually.
Wow, so their ghost is worth more than ours. That's that's good to know. I did not know that, but I have to say that it is a good thing to know. I mean, I'd like to know what the actual exchange rate is.
Right.
And does that, vary? I mean, and is it, does it vary in currency rate by, race, maybe even?
I think so. You can't really count it because, as the Talmud says, even the best of goyim deserves death.
There'll be 5 crispy foreskins.
Crispy fried foreskins.
Say that 5 times fast.
McSchmucks. It'll be called McSchmucks. They'll have it in Tel Aviv. It'll be all the rage.
Yeah, foreskin salad.
Get some McSmuggets.
So this is pretty crazy because this is Donald Trump's previous spiritual advisor was just arrested and charged with 6 counts of abusing a 12-year-old little girl. And he was only sentenced to 6 months in jail. Why? This is what gets me. How does Trump know so many of these fucking people, right?
Here's your lawyer, Tony. Go get this guy.
Yeah, there you go.
You guys are going to want to see this.
So this guy right here, his name is Robert Morris. He is the founder and the pastor of one of the biggest evangelical Zionist megachurches in all of Texas. But he was Trump's spiritual advisor in his first term in office. This guy right here just pled guilty to 6 counts of abusing a 12-year-old little girl. 6 counts. He pled guilty to it. Guess what his sentence is? 6 months in jail. I guess it pays to be a piece of shit. If it was up to me, this guy would be and some other things that I really can't talk about here on this platform. My question is, why is there so many people that are directly involved in Trump's circle that are getting accused and sentenced and pleading guilty to being cheese pizza? Why? Why is that? So this guy right here, his name is Robert Morris. He is the founder and the pastor of one of the biggest evangelical Zionist megachurches in all of.
Yeah.
The answer is very simple. I can give you the answer. Children are the closest to God as possible because their brain is not destroyed yet. There's no calcification of the brain yet, which is chemtrails, fluoridation, all these chemicals. So children can see more than adults. That's why, like dogs, they can see things which we cannot see. Sometimes children see, do you see this man standing over there? And you can see no one because you're an adult. You can't see it. So mainly Satan hates children because they are connection. So in their mind, hurting children, it's a winning war against God. That's their perception, not my perception. That's what they think.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Well, do you remember Anne Hesh?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Remember? Did you ever see the footage of her being taken out on the stretcher with the
pops back to life?
She starts climbing out of the fucking body bag.
Yeah.
She started climbing out of the fucking body bag, and they pushed her back down and then put her in the ambulance. This is kind of interesting. That it's going to segue into what I wanted to get into. Remember what Erica, yeah. Listen to this.
4 years ago, actress Anne Heche didn't just die, she was executed live on TV. The media, who just so happened to be positioned in place, called it a tragic accident. But those who knew what she was working on knew the truth. Her death was a message, a public warning from the shadow network that rules the entertainment industry from behind the curtain. Anne Heche was investigating that network, a syndicate of power brokers who use fame, money, and children's lives as currency. At the center of her investigation was her former partner, Ellen DeGeneres, the talk show queen with a $1 billion brand and a smile that hid a monster. Anne had evidence. She confronted Ellen, and months later, she was gone. For 3 years, independent investigators have been risking their lives and working this case in silence. They've hunted the leads, interviewed scores of witnesses, and followed the money. And now we have the results. The documentary that cost Anne her life, the raw footage they buried, has finally surfaced. And we've been chosen to bring it to you. We're the same team that broke the original Pizzagate investigation before the media hijacked the story. We're the ones who decoded Podesta's emails, who interviewed Justin Bieber when he tried to warn the world about the system that nearly destroyed him. They blacklisted us, silenced us, tried to erase us. But we're still here, and this is our most dangerous story yet. Today, you'll see the evidence with your own eyes. You'll hear from insiders who watched it happen, the producers, the bodyguards, the assistants who finally decided to talk, their testimonies, their recordings, their truth. They wanted her story buried forever, but we're bringing it back. Subscribe now to be one of the first to witness the recovered footage, to see the truth they killed to hide. They made her death a warning. Now that warning becomes a revelation. To watch this video in full, please.
So they're hiding it behind a paywall right now.
Information should be free.
Yeah, it should be. I believe it should. But I think to avoid getting it scrubbed, I think that's probably a smart move too. I mean, they fucking off that broad right there with a live television camera on, man. You know what I'm saying? She popped up out of that fucking body bag and they pushed her back down and then stuck the stretcher into the ambulance. And it's like, wait a second. They were trying to make it so that it was like, you know, like she was already dead.
Yeah. That's assuming that any of that actually happening. She is an actress after all.
Yes. Yes. Oh, I found yeah, we'll go back into that. I'm scrolling up and I'm going past some shit that I didn't want to miss too. This is pretty interesting what happened. You know, the previous before we installed the Shah in Iran, the previous guy that was there, this is pretty fucking dirty what we done. This is watch.
Prime minister who nationalized his country's oil was overthrown by the CIA in 19 days. It's 1951. Tehran, Iran. A new prime minister is sworn in, democratically elected, wildly popular. Time magazine's Man of the Year. He looks at Iran's oil. British companies control everything. Iran gets only 16% of the profits. He nationalizes it, takes back the oil fields. Britain loses billions. But day after day, Britain pressures America for help. He's turning communist, they say. President Truman refuses to help. And for 2 years, he holds power. Then Eisenhower wins the election. The CIA approves Operation Ajax. They send an agent to Tehran, briefcases full of cash, $1 million. He walks into military headquarters, offers generals a choice, money or loyalty. Most take the money. Fake protesters flood the streets, paid by the CIA. Newspapers print lies, also paid. Radio stations spread panic, all bought. And soon, the final move. Tanks roll toward the palace. Generals give the order. He tries to escape. They find him hiding. He is arrested by the generals he once commanded. The man who wanted his country's oil back was Mohammad Mossadegh.
Then they installed a guy who went ahead and let him do what they was doing. But then it was so much Western influence. It was that and the Western influence of, well, all the small hat activities. I think it was like 1 out of every 3 movie theaters in Tehran was XXX porno. There was narcotics, prostitution, all the vices that are controlled by a certain mafia. all over the cities. These people were tired of their people being destroyed and becoming westernized, as they called it. And so it gave birth to this Islamic revolution, which is what ousted the Shah of Iran, our puppet, ousted his ass. He went into exile in Paris. And then they had this Ayatollah and shit. And ever since then, we've hated fucking Iran. We hate them.
Yeah.
Prime Minister.
They've only been a few weeks or so away from making a nuclear bomb now for, I don't know, a few decades at least.
Years.
Yeah. Yeah, here's that digital shit. Look at this. This is in a store in England. Where they have this.
Like this one.
Hold on. Let me show you. Coming to a theater near you.
You're in London. You're on a business trip. You're staying in Greenwich. And you want to buy some food. So you go into the local Aldi's, like this one. And you think, I'm going to go in here and buy some food so that I can feed myself. And then you approach the barrier and look. You can't even get in the shop without having a QR code to scan here or to scan here, and then you can go and buy things. Now this looks to me like the beginning stages of the digital prison that we keep talking about.
Well, just hop that little gate already.
That's what I was thinking, man. I was like, I go in there. I don't have none of that there electronic money. I'm just gonna take this shit.
It's
disgusting, Roger.
It's
my cup. Hey, do you remember this? Do you remember this Christmas commercial, Janusz?
Which one?
This one right here. Watch.
Wait, it's Mein Kampf by Adolf Hitler. Thanks, Santa.
Nope, never
I
seen
can't
this one.
wait to start reading this. Dieses Buch gehört mir. Wer widerspricht, bekommt es zu spüren. Wait.
I've never seen this one.
Where did you find that song? That's pretty funny.
I just fucking around here on X earlier. I said, "Oh my god, that's terrible."
The thing is, that the people don't get it, that the Hitler was a big pusher for the Havara Agreement, and he was pushing for the relocation of Jews to the Palestine, and he was making a deals with the Zionists.
Oh yeah.
So people think the first stage is okay. Holocaust was real. Germans bad. Then they figured out, okay, he was good because he was getting rid of them. And then finally they get up to the point. It was like, okay, he was controlled as well. So if there would be no sponsoring by the Standard Oil, which is hardcore Zionist organization, there would be no second war. People don't get it because it's still part of divide and conquer.
Right.
Good or bad, left or right. No, truth is always deeper than people think.
Yeah.
But you can't tell it to people, because they think they are awakened already. They're fucking not.
You know what's so sad about it too, and it's all just a rich man's game. And
It
I
is,
don't know if you've
100%.
ever seen. Have you ever seen the movie Trading Places?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd and
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. And then you find out at the end of that movie, right, that the dude is those two rich old men, it was just their bet was only $1.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it's like, what the fuck? You totally upended these people's lives and shit. I thought it was slick in that movie Coming to America, how them two were sitting on the corner all broke and shit, like bums. And he walks by him and shit. I think he gave him some money or something.
Because for them, it's not about the money. When they have as much money, it's about the power. And that's exactly how they react, what they did, how they act on it.
Yeah.
And that's a deeper meaning.
Their names were Sigmund and Mortimer, I think.
Yeah. See, Mortimer, I remember that name. Yeah. I was like, that guy's name has the word death in it. This Erica Kirk. I got like everybody's starting to get like handler vibes off that broad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Watch this shit. This is just a less than a minute clip, and it was Charlie Kirk and her discussing relationship shit. Okay, and watch how she like doesn't know.
This one's easy. How long have you been married, and when did you know it was time to get married?
We've been married since 2021. We laugh about this because our dates are so messed up because of babies, meaning there's so many dates to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Anniversaries, like kids' birth
May
dates.
14th,
Yeah,
August
all the
23rd.
things. How did we? So we've been married for.
How did you know it was
4
time to
years.
get married?
4
I
years.
mean,
how did we know? You just know.
it's also what, don't waste your time. Right?
Don't waste your time. And plus, we were ready to start our life together.
That's right. Okay,
That was an easy one.
That's easy.
Yeah, I don't remember when I got married neither.
She didn't have her big G ring on.
Nope.
Yet.
I don't
Not
remember
yet.
as well
She hadn't
because I was
earned
never married.
Well, yeah, you don't have that problem.
Yep.
Anyway, this was the thing, and I think it's 7:20 is the end of it. Okay. Yeah. Made a mental note. And I wanted to see if I could still hang on to it, and you know what? I did. Yay for me!
Yeah. How's the BP doing? So.
Oh, my BP's way better, man. Way better. It was like 150 something over. I don't know, something like 90.
It's about average. Yeah, you're getting there.
Yeah. And I'm doing it all with natural remedies.
So if you have any friend who has a TZLA, Tesla machine,
Yeah.
it's supposedly taking out the ether. And probably, I've heard it's pretty awesome device. It's healing everything. I don't know if it's true. So if you have a friend who has it, who has access to it, because it costs $11,000, sorry.
Yeah.
So it's remarkable, supposedly.
No, don't have any friends who have access to one. Or
I'll build you one.
Not many people that even know what one is.
I'm going to buy it next year.
Yeah.
If it's scam, so be it. I won't lose a lot of money.
Here, they're going out further. Now you'll hear Moonshadow out there barking up a storm when she gets out there because she's a maniac. She's like the most devilish little dog. She picks on poor Peanut every time they go out there. And she barks at her incessantly and wants her to fight and play, and Peanut doesn't want to. It's crazy. Anyway, let me put us onto this for you.
Charlie Kirk was preparing to go public with evidence linking Israeli operatives to a child trafficking network stretching from Washington, D.C. to Tel Aviv. Then, just 2 days later, he was dead. According to a long-time Turning Point USA donor and one of Charlie's closest friends, who has bravely decided to share what he knows, this was no random tragedy. It was a public execution, a warning to anybody who might dare to follow in his footsteps. The source, now terrified for his own life, says Kirk's dramatic U-turn on Israel in the final months before his death brought direct threats from powerful Jewish donors, and even Netanyahu's personal US security network. But it wasn't until Charlie discovered the ultimate betrayal, that his own wife was allegedly working as an Israeli agent tied to trafficking operations, that they decided he had to be silenced. Today's video is brought to you by VP.net, the only VPN I trust to protect my privacy from the deep. He called it the hidden author. Blowers and dissidents, including Carlene Georgescu, the former UN executive director whose Romanian presidential victory was stolen by the same global machine that runs the West. Through these conversations, Charlie said he finally understood how power really works. The networks, the blackmail, the sickening vice that holds the system together. He called it the hidden architecture. Global institutions stacked with predators and puppets. Men who traded influence like currency and innocence like a commodity. Charlie became obsessed with waking people up, pulling back the curtain and showing them what was really happening. But he knew the risks. And when he started digging deeper, he realized the corruption wasn't just out there, it was also close to home. This is where his story takes its darkest turn.
So Charlie writes in this group chat, just lost another huge Jewish donor, $2 million a year because we won't cancel Tucker. I'm thinking of inviting Candace. Somebody writes, oh. Charlie writes, Jewish donors play into all of the stereotypes. I cannot and will not be bullied like this, leaving me no choice but to leave the pro-Israel cause.
For days, the mainstream media attack dogs tore into the story, calling it fake, mocking the source, and gaslighting the public into silence. But then, Turning Point USA themselves confirmed the messages were real. They didn't have to. Charlie had already said the same things on record and in his own words.
And Jewish donors, they have a lot of explaining to do, a lot of decoupling to do, because Jewish donors have been the number one funding mechanism of radical, open border, neoliberal, quasi-Marxist policies, cultural institutions, and nonprofits. This is a beast created by secular Jews. And now it's coming for Jews, and they're like, what on earth happened? And it's not just the colleges. It's the nonprofits, it's the movies, it's Hollywood, it's all of it. It's like, time for you guys to wake up and say no more. Draw a line in the sand. I don't care if you hate me.
The fact is, Charlie wasn't just questioning policy. He was digging into the roots of global corruption. He was tracing the money, the networks, and the names behind the world's darkest trade, child trafficking. Hundreds of thousands of victims taken from the poorest corners of the globe and from war zones where chaos provides perfect cover, including those where Israel plays a central role, Ukraine among them. He demanded answers from Netanyahu himself, and that's when everything changed. Sources say the Israeli leadership began viewing Charlie as a liability, even a threat to Israel's future. Within Israeli political circles, Kirk was seen as a rising star, a man destined for the presidency. But a future Republican president who wasn't fully aligned with Israel, who asked questions instead of obeying orders, who understood Israel's role in the international child trafficking network supplying DC and Hollywood, not to mention numerous European capitals with young blood, that was something they could never allow.
One more thing rather explosively. 3 people told me off record. 2 people who have this in a written communication from Charlie. One who is a Turning Point USA donor, and I would say very much one of the white knights in this. The very day before Charlie Kirk died, he expressed that he thought he was going to be killed. He told these people, I think they're going to kill me. Okay. He did not express that to me. So I am telling you this based off the testimony of 3 people. And I am saying this because I hope that these people who I think are good will be inspired to come forward with that.
According to whistleblowers deep inside Turning Point USA, there are more than 3 people who know the truth and hold the evidence Charlie uncovered. In his final weeks, he was preparing to launch a full internal audit after discovering financial irregularities. He'd already begun breaking away from the pro-Israel narrative he'd once pushed, knowing that move alone could get him killed. But what truly sealed his fate was what he found next: Israel's hidden role in global trafficking, and the unthinkable connection to his own wife. Now, we're going to hear from a Turning Point USA donor who says the evidence shattered Charlie, left him reeling in disbelief, yet more determined than ever to uncover the truth no matter the cost. But first, an important word from our sponsor.
Let's entertain the thought.
Off by using,
I have this thought since
last
a while.
month.
Let's entertain this thought because I have this thought since a while.
What?
What if? I'm just speculating, What if? Because we have to not assume, we know it, that those fuckers, they are pretty smart in the psyops. They have fucking decades to perfect their work. So what if they took into consideration that people like us will be looking into this death, and they provided for us a lot of strange situations, like a guy running without gun, like this fake blood, like a doors. What if they really killed him, but we think they didn't? So to further divide and conquer.
They didn't kill him. If they did kill him, it wasn't there at the Utah State University. That was a fucking production. Okay,
Yeah, I think so as well.
So what I know the character has been made to look, and this is the whole thing. Is everybody on every level of this is looking at it as though he was really killed at this event. No, he wasn't. Okay, this was a psyop. Now, I had a theory that perhaps he was just wanting to get out of it, and maybe he could put somebody else in his place, and they could build up a lot of money and shit for the thing if the character were to die. Okay. Maybe he was complicit in it. Of course he was complicit in it. But then, you know, who knows what happened to him after they put him in the fucking SUV, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know.
Don't they have Shapiro
We won't know.
Shlomo taking his spot after this? Like, literally? Isn't he taking over?
That's what they say.
I thought it was rather interesting that Trump put up that creepy picture of him and Charlie Kirk and the Israeli flag behind Charlie Kirk and all that. And it said, the great Charlie Kirk, and it gave the birth date and death date and shit like that. And then down there it says Shlomo Pearl, which is a Jewish way of saying a useful idiot.
Oh,
So what the fuck does that mean?
Company which is selling dildos, yeah.
That's Rabbi Shmuley.
Well, no,
Shmuley,
Rabbi
yeah.
Shmuley's got to make a living.
Hey, she's a dead ringer. She's got Kenneth Copeland eyes, man. Like those eyes.
Erica?
Erica?
Yeah, that should be telling in itself.
He said Kenneth Copeland eyes. There's demons on that plane, boy. I ain't getting in that tube.
I did not, and don't you ever say that. Well, he was fucking demonistic.
I bet she gets like that, you know, when she's not doing all that fake smiling and stuff. She probably acts like that.
Give me what I want, Charlie.
Gold digger.
The power of Christ compels you.
The world was stunned by revelations about Erica Kirk's mysterious past, including her alleged ties to a NATO base in Romania, long accused by locals to be a hub of trafficking for underage children. Fact checkers and mainstream media hacks rushed to discredit the story, twisting, deflecting, and doing everything they can to bury it. But then it happened. Footage surfaced of Erica Kirk herself smiling on camera, personally thanking Colonel Otto Buscher, the very man at the center of the Romanian child trafficking allegations, thanking him for everything he'd done for her so-called child adoption agency.
In 2012, Erica Kirk, then Erica Francevy, competed in the 2012 Miss USA pageant as Miss Arizona, started working for Donald Trump, and then immediately after that went to Romania and posted this following video on her Vimeo page 12 years ago.
I believe that we all have angels in our lives, and these are my little angels from Antonio Placement Center in Constanța, Romania.
The person and the organization that she thanks at the end of that video, Colonel Buscher and Associa United Hands Romania, have proven ties to child trafficking at multiple different points of their time in Romania. According to ctnews.ro, Associa United Hands Romania had close ties with the U.S. military at the Black Sea Rotational Force 17.1 and at the Mihal Kogalsanu military base. Now, forgive me for these pronunciations. I don't speak Romanian. In this article from January of 2020 from activenews.ro, I translated it, so let me just read it to you. It says, a former translator from the American base in Kogalsanu accuses a real brothel operated here where minors were brought in. The woman filed a criminal complaint with DICOT, D-I-I-C-O-T, requesting that the Kogalsanu file be connected to the Carousel Develsalu file. DICOT is the branch of the Romanian government that investigates organized crime.
Now, whistleblowers from inside Charlie's inner circle are coming forward, terrified, hiding, and speaking only through encrypted channels. They're backing up what we already know and revealing even more about the kind of information people are being killed for.
You know, I don't even know where to start. I watched him fall apart in those last few months. Not because he was crazy, because he was seeing too much. He was uncovering things that nobody in his position was ever supposed to touch. He used to tell me his wife was the best thing that ever happened to him. They met when he interviewed her for a media job. She was perfect, bright, charming, magnetic. He thought he'd found his soulmate, but he didn't know about her past. That was the chapter she buried deep, and when it surfaced, it shattered him. I remember the night he called me, voice shaking. He said it straight out. I think she's part of it. I said, part of what? He said,
whoa,
the network. The same one I've been chasing. The same one tied into the wars, the border, the trafficking. All of it. He wanted to believe she could somehow love him and still be his handler. That's what he said. I still have the text. He was trying to make sense of the impossible. I told him he was too good a person, saw the good in people even when it wasn't there. But he wouldn't let it go. He kept digging. That's when he started talking about the Epstein files. He said those documents were the missing link, the proof that what he'd found wasn't isolated, that the trafficking, the blackmail, the political control, it all tied together. He was a Trump supporter, sure, but he kept saying, if Trump really stands for America, he needs to release the files, all of them. No redactions. The world needs the truth. He believed those files connected the dots, the border chaos, the international networks, the politicians on every side who were either compromised or complicit. He said once that if people saw what was in there, the world's power structure would collapse overnight. The last time we spoke, he sounded exhausted but calm, like a man who'd already made peace with what was coming. He told me he had everything backed up, and that if anything happened to him, I'd know where to look. We never got that far. A few days later, he was gone. I can't tell you exactly what he found, but I know this. He wasn't paranoid. He was right, and his death proves it.
From Erica Kirk's close ties to a man credibly accused in the Romanian press of child sex trafficking, to her mother's quiet seat on the board of a company funneling TPUSA user data to Israel, the pattern is becoming impossible to ignore. A new threat has emerged. The elites are no longer content with influencing elections or shaping narratives. They're waging war on humanity itself through the weaponization of information and data.
With the click of a button, you can bring down nations to their knees very rapidly, if you so desire, and if you're willing to take the risks, because every system can be hacked. Our airplanes, our hospitals, our cars, our banks. Actually, the most important word here is our data banks. They can be hacked.
Israel isn't only blackmailing Congress, controlling the feds, and paying US influencers to AstroTurf. They've seized global control of VPNs, the very tools people trust to hide their most private activities. And the most chilling part? Most people don't realize the danger they're in. When Netanyahu talks about data banks, he wasn't talking about spreadsheets or savings accounts.
So now he just goes into selling some VPNs.
No, he's correct. VPN is only good for one thing, changes the location, but you're exposed because data is kept. So they're saying they're not keeping data. They do. That's why.
Good. I hope they watch this. I hope those fuckers watch this. I want them to.
I don't give them my data. I give them my data.
Yeah.
They're
Tell them
gonna
to come over and see me in my house.
They're going to try to
back
put
to-
lions in a camp. You know that, right?
And I go back to the Georgescu, who was
They're gonna-
chosen by the people of Romania to be a president.
You know who this is a job? Oh, sorry. I thought you were done.
Is what?
Go ahead. I thought you were done.
Oh, no, no worries. Georgescu, they pushed big propaganda in their TV. So then they pushed agenda that people didn't know, because I was speaking with the Romanian guy in Ireland, who's like, oh, we even didn't know who he is. So how the fuck people vote for him and have chosen him? He was Christian, and there was agenda pushed by Jews to dethrone him, to put him down. And later they made another election because they were saying it was Russian influence. It was total bullshit, because they couldn't allow to have a Christian as a head of the Christian country, because Romania is a different story. If you say something against the Christ, you're on the ground. They are standing strong. You can't do that. In Ireland or in USA, you can say whatever you want about Christ, but there I would
No.
I would
They'll
dare you
spit on you
to
and
try
shit.
it.
Yeah, man.
This
Hey,
is a job.
did I show the guy the Karen getting pissed off about her lunch?
I don't think
Not
so.
that I know of. No.
Okay, good. I was thinking. Oh, that was my wife and our friend that was here earlier. I showed him this. This is great. Sometimes you wish, man, I would work for this dude, right? Completely. Watch this. This is great.
Oh, they say you need to speak to a manager.
Yes,
What's
I'm
happening?
trying to understand why you all are so incompetent.
That's a wild place to start. Nah, that is a. Why don't we
The
start?
wild place to start is my lunch not being correct.
Okay, that's good. There are far worse things. What? Okay, so let me know. Tell me the lore of where we went wrong, because it feels like I feel like we ruined your whole life. What happened? Let me know what happened.
Yeah, and I feel like you're just being like a smart aleck.
What are you doing? She's pulling out the phone. Oh, I love this song. Dude, record me. What do you want me to say in your video? Is it gonna go viral? I can't wait. What should I say? No, we refuse to serve you corporate.
Yes.
This is ours. How's that?
Franchise.
Oh, franchise? This is ours.
Oh my god.
This is ours. I designed the logo.
I don't even know how you're in business.
Because it tastes good.
But you don't get the order.
Because
Right?
what did you get? How do we do it wrong?
I ordered cheese fries, not ranch fries.
So you got cheese and ranch?
No, I got no cheese.
What did the authorities say?
I love that, man.
Doesn't give a fuck.
You're not a franchise. This is ours.
He says, what? Oh no! What did the authorities say? I laughed my ass off so hard when he said that. I was loving it.
This guy is a
here it is.
killer. That's a good one.
Wait, I got a whole bunch of shit up here that we didn't get into.
Where are they spawning these Karens from? There's like a whole league of them.
It is. It's sort of like it's a rather in the scheme. Well, no, there's always been a Karen. Okay.
Yeah.
If you even go back to the Wizard of Oz, that old bitch at Mrs. Galt should come down there
Yeah.
riding on her bike. You know. Yeah,
I think they always crawl from below the rock. You know, it's always freaking everywhere. Each country have the same shit. Very definition of the entitlement.
Oh yeah, man.
It's all over.
So this is kind of cool. This is about They Live, which is fitting for my background right now. I mean, do you get everybody's seeing it? You're seeing it. You're seeing it. Everybody's seeing it. This was telling us something right here.
John Nada isn't fighting aliens. He's waking up from a dream called capitalism. Hey, I'm Michael, a represented screenwriter and published author, and I love movies. In They Live, the monsters aren't from space. They're the invisible class that profits from our blindness. Nada's name literally means nothing, and that's what the system thinks of him. He's a worker, disposable, unseen. He's the man that helps build the machine but never gets to touch the power it generates. But when he puts on those sunglasses, that's when he awakens. He sees the commands behind the billboards, the message behind the news, the hypnosis behind culture. And that's not just a plot twist, that's Nada's revelation. Because once you see the truth, you stop becoming nothing. And that's when the system starts to fear you. So They Live isn't about aliens hiding among us. It's about how every empire hides its slaves in plain sight. What are your thoughts on They Live? Drop a comment and let me know. And don't forget to follow, like, share, and favorite for more deep dives into the greatest movies ever made.
Well, see, man, the thing I think about that movie too is I thought it was so interesting how the hypnosis was being fed onto the people.
Exactly, you have that in your background.
So it was frequent. Yeah, it was frequency. It was frequency. A signal, and it was generated by the television and the television station, right? And that's what I thought was rather interesting about that. And this is what I see going on is people, their whole life is driven by what comes to them through a tube. You see, you got a whole lot of people that are upset about things that aren't even happening nowhere near them. They're just reading about them on Twitter or Facebook or what have you, right? Otherwise, it would never even fucking affect them.
I can't really blame them, because when you are emotionally intelligent man, you can't really hate someone because you know why they are built this way. Most people see an adult person, and I realize I am looking at the kind of
John
wounded
Nada isn't.
child, that never healed, and this person is in adult's body. People project their pain, their trauma, their fears, just onto other people, just onto others. So when people are hurt, they hurt other people. It does not excuse their behavior, but it does explain. Let's explain it, and I understand that. I see from where it comes from. I does not allow their brokenness break
Are
me.
you high?
No.
Okay. I was just asking. I am.
You are high. No, I didn't smoke for many years.
Like, I just wonder where you're at right now. So I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? I was not tracking, man. I really wasn't.
No.
Anybody else track that?
I got where he's coming from. He's talking about projection, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You guys know who Maria Adelson is? Maria Adelson?
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
I remember the name, but I can't remember the face.
Oh, man. Listen to this.
Who is Miriam Adelson? The woman Donald Trump singled out at Israel's Knesset during his Gaza ceasefire celebrations. Why the applause? And why does it matter?
What do you like? Netanyahu's wife is a fucking pig. Yeah, look back at her. Look at her. Right there. She's a fucking pig. You got to see her. Even her mannerisms, you can tell that she's an uncouth pig.
How dare you?
And why does it matter?
What do you love more, the United States or Israel?
Miriam Adelson, the Las Vegas casino billionaire. Miriam Adelson, the megadonor who contributed more than $100 million to Trump's 2024 campaign. And Miriam Adelson, a private figure with unusually direct access to the White House, shaping US policy towards Israel in a way few others can.
Look at Miriam, she's back there. Stand up, Miriam. Miriam and Sheldon would come into the office. They'd call me. He'd call me. I think they had more trips to the White House than anybody else I could think of.
Adelson isn't elected, yet her influence is striking, to the point Trump has even openly joked about her loyalties.
What do you love more, the United States or Israel?
She did not answer, but her actions appear to suggest where her priorities might lie. She has poured vast sums into Israeli settlements and the occupied West Bank, projects the United Nations say violate international law and displace Palestinian families. Through Israel Hayom, the newspaper she owns, she amplifies pro-Israel messaging, including Trump's calls for Israel to finish up its war on Gaza. After the 7th of October 2023, she wrote that Israel's critics abroad should be dead to us. And in 2019, by Trump's own account, it was Miriam Adelson and her late husband Sheldon who pushed him to controversially recognize Israeli sovereignty over the occupied Golan Heights, breaking decades of US policy. It was a move heavily condemned by the UN.
They were very responsible for so much, including getting me thinking about Golan Heights, which is probably one of the greatest things to ever happen.
Trump's praise of Miriam Adelson, her wealth, access, and her influence shows just how much private actors can shape US policy towards Israel. For voters drawn to MAGA as a movement of American first populism, the reality behind some of these donors appears to starkly contrast with that narrative.
Dude.
Well, now I know where Rod Stewart went to.
Who is Miriam Adelson? The woman Donald.
Who is she?
None of these
old
people,
ugly brat.
None of these people are wealthy. None of these people have influence. That's why they all stick together. None of their wealth was organic. Even Trump himself, right? They're all controlled and scripted, and that's why they do what they do. Because once they go off script, bye bye, Charlie Kirk. You know, it's all the same. That's why they stay on script, because they don't want to end up like these people. Some people, you know, whether you believe he's taken out or not, he's gone.
Yeah,
He's gone nonetheless,
he
right?
very well be dead, but he did not get killed at that
Right.
event. I
But
can
he's
tell you
gone
that.
either way. He's off the script.
Yeah.
He's been written out of the play.
He's off the stage.
Yeah.
At least that character is now.
Right.
You know, he could perfectly come back as someone else.
Sure.
You never know. You know, the central casting.
That's possible. Yeah. That's why I think there is no, and never was, and never will be, honest politician in the government. Why? Because if you are honest, if you get there somehow, and you really try to change something, they will always try to bribe you. If it does not work, they will invite you to the party.
Well, none of these people are in office because they want to change anything. They're in it for themselves.Ey're in it for the money. They're in it for the lobby money. I mean, all you have to do is serve one term, and you have lifetime fucking pension.
Yeah,
you get that salary for the rest of your fucking life. You get all that free medical care at the Walter Reed Medical Center and all that shit. Yeah, so they're not in it for you.
Of course, but I'm talking about the hypothetical situation. If there would be one good guy, one. So what I'm saying is, if he is honest, which I don't believe,
there was, and his name was Jeff Jeffries.
All right.
And no, he's a fictional character, but it's a great movie.
Fair enough.
It's Eddie Murphy. It's called The Distinguished Gentleman.
That's another one I haven't seen either.
That one is hilarious, man, because he runs on a name. He runs on the name. The guy who's been like the representative in Congress for like, you know, decades. His name is Jeff Jeffries, and this con man, who's Eddie Murphy, he's got this exact same name. So he just runs on name recognition. And then when he wins, they realize that it's this black dude, and they're like, "What the fuck?" And he gets in there, and it's like, "What are we voting on?" The guy says, "I don't know, but this group will give you, you know, such and such amount of money if you vote this way, and this group over here will give you this amount of money if you vote the other way." And I mean, it's like you see how it is like that. Well, he exposes the whole thing.
It's kind of like that Bulworth movie.
Yeah. Oh man,
yeah. That's great. I like that movie.
Yeah, it was a good one. I am the golden child.
Yeah.
But I think that's part of what. I think that's part of what is going on when people say like I saw somebody talking about like Trump is Elvis or whatever. Maybe that's these people get written off as the current character they were, and they come back as somebody else, and it's like, you know, that looks like Charlie Kirk, and
right.
Whoever else. But that could be what's going on. I don't know.
It's very, very possible, man. I mean, I use the example because of the fact that I've seen it with like Jim Carrey, and there's these other people. I saw another guy, he could turn right into Tom Cruise. He literally fucking morphed into Tom Cruise before your eyes. Yeah. And it's like, I believe that there are these people that have that ability to mimic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Change their look completely. I mean, I love when Jim Carrey does the Clint Eastwood thing. I mean, it's just like, what the fuck? He's got it down pat, man. That's no way. That's crazy. I don't know. This is kind of cool. You'll like this. I think you just got to read it.
tickle me pink.
Did that brainwash you? Did it brainwash you?
It did, man. I
Tickle
completely
me
believe
almost.
everything now.
Yeah, and if they didn't speak that time Hebrew, even if we think they did, they didn't.
No, Hebrew wasn't even a spoken language.
Yeah,
You
it was
know?
way before, hundreds years before,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
later they invented New Hebrew, which was based on the Paleo Hebrew and the Aramaic, because you can
Absolutely.
even compare the signs. So there was no freaking Hebrew at the time.
That's
So
right.
all BS.
And it came about from this introduction of this shit. This is how we ended up with Judeo-Christians.
Yeah, and he wrote by letter J, but it should be written with the letter Y, because there was no letter J at this time. It was later invented.
So this is pretty good. It's short, but a lot of information packed in here.
You guys know about the Schofield Bible? Oh boy, here's a rabbit hole for you. Here's a rabbit hole for all of us. In the early 1900s, right around when the Federal Reserve was founded and the Balfour Declaration happened, right at that exact same time, the Rothschild family hired this dude, this pastor in the Deep South. He made a new version of the Bible called the Schofield Bible. He wrote this new Bible that has all these new interpretations of the text. So they didn't change.
Jewish influence.
Yes, literally. That's where Judeo-Christianity kind of came from. And the idea that Israel is this modern Israel thing is the Israel Bible. It came from that Bible. And the Schofield Bible was funded by the Rothschild family. And then it was pushed because they owned the publisher that publishes like all the books. I think it was Oxford Press. And so they had the deals that they could make to get that Bible into all the mega churches across whole denominations of Christianity. And so that was when Christianity got kind of Jewified.
He is correct, 100%.
A lot of information there. So I hope that's enough to get people open up that rabbit hole and take a look, you know, because, you know, unfortunately, there again, they've used the Bible to fucking hoodwink people. They've changed it. Isn't that supposed to be like blasphemous to do shit like that? You know,
according to the book itself, it says you don't add to the word of God.
Schofield's going to hell.
Oh yeah,
he is.
Can you bring to the screen even the
you know what? Satan's going to pee right up his butthole. He is.
It's like that Trump thing you did last night, the micro size.
That's
I mean, it's just
can you bring to the screen Romans 2, verse 26-29, so people will understand what's going on, what's happening really, how it was hijacked. It's even King James Bible. There are still some verses which you can really get through and understand what's going on. Romans
2?
Yes, verse 26-29.
That'll cost you.
Yep, $5. Get that PayPal link, $5. Let's do it, kid. All right, so circumcision.
Yep.
Circumcision.
Put your money in the collection basket.
That's it.
Bring it to the screen so people can follow.
Get the schmuck. Schmuck. We do the Jew rap. Schmuck. A lot of people don't know that. That's what the Yiddish word, okay? The Yiddish word for the discarded foreskin from a circumcision is the schmuck. So when somebody innocently refers to someone as a schmuck, you're calling them a discarded foreskin. And you're gross. You're gross for doing that. I don't want you to ever do that anymore.
Jews usually make chicharrones out of them.
Oh, little necklace made out of. You know, a lot of the mothers would keep the schmuck in the baby book, kind of like how they keep the belly button and shit. Is that crazy?
You imagine having friends over and they're going through the family Bible and they're like, "What's this?"
Yeah, right. So this here says, "For indeed circumcision is of value if you practice the law, but if you are a transgressor of the law, your circumcision has become uncircumcision." So you get your foreskin back. Cool. So if the uncircumcised man keep the requirements of the law, will not his uncircumcision be regarded as circumcision?
That's
That's
changed
kind of like
translation.
the poll that I left.
That's changed translation. That's not proper translation.
Let's see what we have. Hold on.
Co-pilot. I get it.
Do you feel more like you do now when you first got here? It's almost like that aspect of it. 42% answered yes, and that's the correct answer. Okay, and the reason that question is like that is if you think about it, break it down. You live in the present. There is only perpetual now, right? So you have no choice but to feel like you do now, and much more like you do now than you did when you first came here, because that was at a different point in the past. It's only in your recollection. So you living in the present, you would have to feel the way you do now. So,
and I feel great.
I do so too. I'm like having the best fucking time here tonight. So where are we going with this, man? I'm tired of talking about circumcisions.
Yeah, I want my extra inch back.
Yeah, man, I do too. You know, if you shave around there, there's an extra inch in there. You know?
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, I'm sure she'll feel it.
I learned that trick a long time ago.
But it's for, you know what I think circumcision is for? I think it's so that they could hide. They wanted to circumcise everybody so they could hide amongst the goy. See?
Yep. So that's as well.
That's why they change your fucking names and shit.
Oh yes, I got my star atlas today. I ordered one.
Star atlas?
Yeah, it's got all the every part of the known world charted with stars. So it's got a reference for maps too, so I can.
Oh,
I can
nice.
break it down. I'm gonna take it with me when I go.
How's your founding going?
It's kind of killed off. Nobody's really done much, but yeah. I think I'm gonna go down and probably work at McMurdoch or one of the something below the 9 or at the 90th if I can get down there during the season.
Try to maybe make some streams, maybe get some more.
Yeah, well, I got till next year. I'm gonna go next year, and Snowman's rolling me up one right now.
Because I really wanna see you going there.
Me too. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Myself,
Hello,
I
how
can't
are you?
see myself purposely going anywhere fucking cold for anything.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to stay dark for months in the Arctic. Aren't we talking about that yet?
No, we're not. We're talking about the
Oh, no, I don't. How's my audio, guys? Am I okay? Because it's a different phone. I noticed.
It's a little loud.
No, you need to hit the mute
Oh,
button.
yeah,
I'm joking with you, man.
Code 4, camera's not quite right. Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm just trying to keep up. Yeah.
He's looking at you from the nose down.
Yeah, your camera's off. You see your
There you
boogers.
go.
Oh yeah,
There you
we
go.
better know.
That's that mug your mom loves. Yeah. I only paid $12 for this atlas though. Pretty good deal.
Where'd you get it from?
I ordered it from a thriftbookscut.com and it got delivered today.
Nice.
It's a Norton Star Atlas, the references handbook. So it's got the reference guides to translate for even the site reduction tables and everything too. It's nice.
Okay. Kick ass.
Yeah, maybe you can run the video nanobots. Last link in the private chat.
What's that?
Maybe you can run the link in the private chat. Last one on the list, on the very bottom.
All right, we'll get to it. Whoops. All right, that's something we don't like to say too often. Oops, because that usually means we fucked up something. What was this guy? Something about Trump and time travel technology. Okay, does Trump have access to time travel technology? Now, if you had to guess right off the bat, what would your answer be to that question?
Say that one more time.
Okay. Does Trump have access to time travel technology?
Does he have access to it?
I would say that he doesn't need time travel technology if he's able to communicate with the past, and more so the future economically. If you could communicate with the future back and forth, you don't need to go there to benefit from it.
I would say
your audio is kind of like going in and out. It's like, what kind of a microphone are you using, man?
It's just this one phone's messed up. Yeah, I'll try the other phone in a little bit. Sorry, guys.
All
But
right, no
yeah,
I would say, does it exist? Would be my.
Yeah, does time travel exist? I don't believe that it does. I really don't.
No more than you can bend space and time itself, right? So
Yeah.
But maybe if
Great
you can
concept.
see outside of time, you'll be able to, because you'd see everything at once.
what was
Right.
that movie they did with the space
That's
thing?
exactly what God can do. We can't.
Yeah, we're not God.
I know, I can't even comprehend it.
No.
I mean, I can say it, but I can't comprehend it. You know what I mean? And that's really odd. Usually I can comprehend what I'm saying, but experience everything at once.
Yeah, I remember that. It was
Kind of like, but see, it's hard to describe within a linear timescape that, like, such as we're in, right? You understand? It's sort of like trying to make the very ending of 2001: A Space Odyssey make fucking sense. In that instance, what they were trying to show is that he was outside of time.
There's definitely a lot of info in the newspapers about him in Poland that time.
Well, let's find out if Trump's got a fucking time machine. I'm inquiring minds want to know. This guy gonna, I don't know if this guy's gonna talk or.
This together. They were attacking to go to the museums to find that out. Yes, absolutely.
Like Saddam Hussein?
Well, he had technology. He had hold of technology. He had hold of Stargate technology. That's one of the reasons why he was at one point, he was one of the most powerful men on the planet. And the technology that he had was off the charts.
Now, this is very similar to what John Irwin has said in his book, One Step Beyond the 16.
Yes, yeah. Yes, he had that. It's sort of similar to there's a movie called Contact, and that spinning thing there.
Okay, I can catch people up where this is coming from. It's the idea that there was in these Babylonian artifacts and shit, including Gilgamesh's tomb and everything else like that, that Saddam had access to these devices. Okay. So I've already been down this rabbit hole. I'm going to save everybody a whole load of fucking shit. It's a lot of fucking speculation in the story of some guy that nobody knows who he is. There's Snowman came back. He went and switched phones or whatever.
Hoorah.
That's awesome.
I know. That's dedication. That's what that is.
That avatar you got, Roger, is blasphemy.
Is it?
It's disgusting.
What is it? Let me hold on. Let me
Dr. Pepper and Cool
my
Ranch
avatar.
Doritos.
Wait, let me bring him up all the way.
Check it out. There you are.
Disgusting.
Ooh, Cool Ranch Dr. Pepper. That sounds delish.
I know. I saved that just for this occasion.
Maybe separately, but together, whew, that's rough.
That's almost as good as peanut butter and tuna fish.
I know.
I could probably tolerate that a little better.
You guys should go watch Flatter's earlier today.
We are told that gravity.
Bless America.
What was that, Roger?
Roger is Crypto Jew. You put those triangles together and you have Star Wars.
We are told that gravity is the reason.
God damn son of a.
Crypto Jew? What? Yeah, that's hilarious. That term's hilarious.
He's talking about the triangles on a Dorito can. You can put them together and make the star of Rippan on it.
You got Dorito flavor on your Dr. Pepper. That's racist.
No. Sacrilegious.
Why are you so racist? Cheesy Dr. Pepper, not ranch. Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking too. Boo, hiss on the Cool Ranch. Cool.
I didn't come up with the avatar. Somebody else.
Oh, what do you want, a White Claw to wash it down with? Oh.
Sure.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly. Or a skinny girl drink. We got these skinny girl drinks. They're vodka seltzers.
Remember Zima?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yummy.
It's like in this joke, and the people of color in the USA, I use the word. What's the difference between the Batman and people of color?
We just call them black people.
All right. But I don't want your channel banned, So Batman during the night can go without Robin.
He's had a couple that were like right in the kidney. Yeah, I love it though.
Like that. That's insensitive.
I know.
Here, watch this
That's one
thing about
strike.
gravity.
I'm just kidding.
Watch this thing about gravity, because as odd as it may seem, Roger's avatar has given me the munchies now because I started fucking Doritos and shit.
Oh, Cool Ranch is definitely my favorite Dorito.
That's one of them.
So this might be pretty good.
We are told that gravity is the reason the oceans stay to the ground. If this were true, we would all be cemented to the surface of the earth. Birds would not be able to fly. Balloons would not be able to float. We would not even be able to lift a finger. The reason things drop to the ground is due to density, not gravity. Objects continue to fall until they come in contact with something denser than itself. You may be wondering, then what does cause the tides? The answer is magnetism. One of the characteristics of water is that it is diamagnetic. You may be wondering, what does diamagnetic mean? The word diamagnetic means that it is something that repels a magnetic field. Here's a brief video showing water being repelled by a magnet.
Is water A, attracted by a magnet, B, repelled by a magnet, or C, completely non-magnetic? Most of you will answer C, and you wouldn't be wrong. After all, in everyday life, you'd notice nothing unusual about water and magnetism. But interestingly enough, the correct answer is B. Water is actually slightly repelled by a magnet. This anti-magnetic property is called diamagnetism. However, the effect is extremely weak. That's why most people don't know it's there. To see it, we need to build an extremely sensitive detector. Luckily, this is brutally simple. Just get a basin of water and put into it a styrofoam block. It's going to move around a lot, but this is actually a good thing. The styrofoam floats, and because it's so light, even the smallest force will push it around. So try and build this away from drafts and moving air, and be careful that your own breathing doesn't disrupt it. The water helps to dampen any stray motion. Now get a test tube and fill it with water and push it into the center of the styrofoam. This is the water we're actually going to measure, not the water in the basin. Now steady it, and when it's still, get a strong neodymium magnet and hold it as close as possible to the tube without touching it. Whoops, I hit it there. Let me steady it. Okay, let me try again. Slowly but surely, it's moving away from the magnet. It's an extremely weak effect, but it's happening.
So how does the diamagnetic property of water come into play with the tides? The sun and moon act as a battery in the sky, the sun having a positive charge, and the moon having a negative charge. The sun's positive charge repels the water at low tide, and the moon's negative charge attracts the water at high tide. This is why there's a constant rate of waves being thrown up on the seashore. The opposing forces of the sun and moon cause the ocean to be in a constant state of tumult.
I don't know about all that, but the experiment seems kind of valid.
It is. There's more to it than that.
We are told that gravity is the
heat and thermals actually play a good role in it too, and contributors.
I love all this stuff. If you heat up a magnet too much, I forget, it's called the Curie point, or that might be when the metal lets go or whatever. But the other thing is too, is that they've been demonstrating that, like I've seen it maybe 100 times in the last 10 years, that a high-powered magnet and liquid nitrogen causes the liquid nitrogen to make like a waterfall, like almost like a spark plug. It jumps the gap and wants to stay in the magnetic field or whatever. It's like a horseshoe magnet, so it's very strong at the tips. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's weird. Oh, can I say one thing about this science stuff? They put these metal rebar sculptures in the park, and they're sitting on, I don't know, 4x6, well, about 4x5, 13 inches tall. No, they're like 30 inches tall, but they're big stones. They're like thousands of pounds each. And my little speaker playing music was rattling my feet, and I couldn't believe it because I was standing away from the unit. Then I went over and realized my little speaker was resonating on the rebar sculpture so strong that it was actually resonating 2 stones away, was able to feel the vibrations. And when certain cars would go by, they would somehow, the exhaust would amplify the bass or something, because I would feel it certain times. Like when they went by, I really felt it. Like they have when you hit it at a certain angle, you can increase the waves. I forget the term for it, but it's, if can cancel them out, or you can hit them just right to give them a little extra and make, anyways, bigger waves. I forget what that's called.
What are you fucking talking about, man?
To me or him?
Vibrations, just vibrations. How powerful sound can be, man. It actually is vibrating thousands of pound stones to the
Yeah,
point where
you can destroy shit with sound.
Yeah.
They use ultrasound to break up
kidney stones,
all kinds of shit, man. I wonder if that damages kids by having that.
I was about to say that.
Oh, I was just thinking about the Twin Towers for a second there.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Well, not too much. The Twin Towers, that's easy. It was a controlled demolition, bombs, CGI planes.
Well, they dropped it really fast too. It's faster than any other demolition that's ever been done that I've seen.
It was at free fall speed. There's several that have gone down, and you can look at the exact same speed as those things went down. Definitely, Building 7 was rigged up to go. Obviously,
Oh, that definitely was. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's no question about it.
Yeah. But the general public's still gonna go down in history as a terrorist attack as it's been touted. Yeah.
And plus, all the footage that we've seen of the towers falling, is that credible? Like, I mean, I hate to be the guy to say it, but
What? I missed what you said.
all the towers falling, like, are these Joes on the street with cell phones? Like, how good were the Samsungs back then? Like, this was news people showing us the towers falling, right?
2001, not everybody had a fucking camera.
Yeah, they're fairly new.
Like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, they never had them in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. She was right around 97, 99.
Yeah,
They
it wasn't that common yet.
Hell, look at the smartphones we got. Whenever you capture a video on there, they still can't get clear footage, especially if it's Bigfoot, a UFO, or a crime happening.
No, we can't. It's always blurry, isn't it?
Yeah, pixelated something.
Yeah. I better go
People
hunt.
getting some pretty crazy shit on those Ring doorbell cameras.
Oh, yeah.
I got one. I got a Eufy, and it's got local storage. I don't use those Ring because I don't want them stealing my footage and my data.
Right on. Did you hear Trump cuss out some shit today? He said about the Venezuelans. Now, listen, we're bombing fucking ships, boats, fishing boats, without any proof that they're anything to do with drug cartels or any other thing, that are over 1,500 miles away from the United States, and just saying, oh, because it was a drug boat.
Well, supposedly they sent 10,000 troops down there, and they got Venezuela surrounded. If you go by what MSM says,
Didn't they send a couple hundred grunts? Didn't they send a couple hundred grunts to Israel too?
I think 400.
To help keep peace.
How many was it? 400?
200.
200
or something. I don't know. Does it even matter? Is it even real?
About a company.
Well, same with the other troop.
Yeah. Keep peace. That was funny. Yeah.
That's our line. That's the Canadian tagline. The peacekeepers, bro. We have the original peacekeepers.
That's about 4 platoons, ain't it, Cubby?
What's that? Yeah.
People. About 400.
Yeah, but it's not about quantity. It's all about the quality. Yeah.
Maybe a little more than that, but yeah, just depends. Yeah.
I think we need not peacekeeper. We need like from the film beekeeper. that would solve the issues.
Send in the Peace Corps.
The Peace Corps.
But yeah, taking out the Venezuelans, that's very Judge Dredd, like judge, executioner, and everything, right? Like, who's ordering that? A general or Trump himself? Like, obviously not. But
the Trumpster.
Trump. He's the commander in chief, bro.
Well, Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of War, but under the guy or under the
order of Trump.
Yeah, order of Trump.
Yeah, because
it's wandering cheese, not chief.
Well, that's why the leader always supposed to take the fall, right? Because he's supposed to know about this shit, right?
This guy get more and more crude, the more Jewish he becomes.
He's changing shape, even like his nose is growing, I think.
But the other thing about it, real quick, is like, so what's to stop any other country from coming and doing the same to Trump? Which I wouldn't be against, but I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Yeah, but who's going to come over here?
It has been reported, Mr. President, it has been reported that Maduro offered everything in his country, all the natural resources. He even recorded a message to you in English recently, offering mediation. What could he do in order to stop that?
He has offered everything. He's offered everything. You're right. You know why? Because he doesn't want to fuck around with the United States. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, guys. Let's go. Start moving. Thank you, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, guys. Thanks, guys. Thank you, press. Thank you, press.
Thanks, President Trump.
Thank you, Kevin. Good job. The world, I'll say that.
He's a straight up punk.
Yeah.
Well, we'll come
I
and
blocked
beat
it all
you
out.
up.
Sorry, I blocked it all out. I literally did.
Well, here's another speech he gave, and I've run it through a filter, so you know, kind of like the sunglasses from They Live.
Mm.
All right, and I don't know. Tell me what you think.
I mean, Bibi would call me so many times, can you get me this weapon, that weapon, that weapon? Some of them I never heard of, Bibi, and I made them. But we'd get them here, wouldn't we? Huh? And they are the best. They are the best. But you used them well. It also takes people that know how to use them. And you obviously used them very well. But so many that Israel became strong and powerful, which ultimately led to peace. That's what led to peace. I have an idea. Mr. President, why don't you give him a pardon? Give him a pardon.
Where'd you get that filter at?
Bibi would call me so many times.
Ain't that nasty as fuck?
It is.
Chet from Weird Science.
Yeah, man.
Need a filter.
Are you saying you built that video song? Or no?
No.
On rock and roll.
No, I'm just
something.
with that. Here's how these people think.
Kelly LeBrock.
Oh, they don't think.
You don't want that. Oh yeah, that's bad too. Oh, they stripped Andrew of all his titles of nobility and shit.
Oh, just recently.
Uh-huh.
How do you do that? So he's basically excommunicated from the royalty. Like, what does that mean?
They took away his toys.
Yeah. You don't get to ride around the jets. You don't get to get on the yacht.
Don't really mean a whole fucking lot, I don't think.
Well, he's not going to be down here drinking with me outside.
No, you won't.
It says Prince Andrew just got his royal titles removed, including Duke, due to a discussion with King Charles about allegations of new information connecting Prince Andrew to Jeffrey Epstein getting released in the near future.
Yeah, I'll believe that when I see it.
I think it's a wild card patsy. That sounds like a wild card patsy.
Look at this fantastic ensemble he's wearing. This is right here. This is, look at this. This is, look at that.
It's still,
you're really somebody fucking special if you're dressed up like that.
So like Peacock Factory.
Like World of Warcraft.
Who's that girl that's walking behind you?
Amy Adams.
Is Amy?
Oh, and that's Martin Short right there on the right.
Like it doesn't.
Senator Palpatine. I got it zoomed right in.
Senator Palpatine.
Oh,
look. What was the Marty Short's favorite character he used to do on Second TV? Second City TV?
Second City. I don't remember the character, but I know what you're talking about.
He's got like a
Martin
point.
Short. Ed Grimley.
Yeah, Ed Grimley. That's it. Boom. Nailed it. Yeah.
Oh my God, say Jack. Oh my God. Yeah, he was all down at he liked that guy. Pat Sajak.
I liked Steve Martin, but I never got into what's his face you were just talking about. Short.
Martin Short.
Yeah.
Well, they all came out of
I
Canada.
didn't find him as funny as
I didn't really care for his
Steve
comedy.
Martin. Steve Martin
Martin
cracks my ass up hard.
I know, he was hilarious.
He's like a regular Joe comedian, man. Everybody can get him for the most part.
Say what?
Steve Martin was kind of a straight face type, like he was kind of like the straight man or whatever, kind of, you know what I mean? I've been hearing Rodney Dangerfield's name rolling around. It's probably rolling around in his grave. I've heard his name a few times this week. Rodney Dangerfield. I can't get no respect.
They
Can't
are
get
in
no
a
respect around here. I don't know if you know Rodney Dangerfield, but
Yeah, we do.
Back to School? Are you kidding me? Heck yeah.
Good movie.
Oh my God! Here's that guy, Ken O'Keefe.
Is getting back there. By the way, in Israel, throughout this.
Damn it! Stop. Fuck! My mouse is not doing what I want it to do, and it's pissing me off.
Bill Murray and Caddyshack. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
By the way, in Israel, throughout this entire genocide, 98% approval from the Israeli citizens for the genocide. The only thing they're concerned about now is getting back their chosen ones. And they're a little pissed off with Netanyahu, whose real name is Milikowski, by the way. They all changed their names. I have to respect the Israeli government. What did he just say? Oh, I do. I respect the Israeli government. You know why? Overwhelmingly, they represent the true democratic will of their people. The true democratic will of England and America is not to go into this war, not to support the Jewish state, not to pay millions in welfare while we're homeless to the Jewish state. That's the true will of the people. But the government of the United States and Britain and in the entirety of the West does not represent the true will of the people. But in Israel, they do represent the true will of the people there because they want 98% support for genocide. So I respect them for that. I wish we had a representative democracy like they do. Never mind the whole apartheid reality at all.
No shit, right?
Back in the face. Yeah.
Whoa, what happened?
You think he really killed anybody, or you think he's just sad?
I don't know, man.
I wrote down will of the people, right? Like the will of the people. And so I like to joke, and I think I'm right, man. If they would have pulled some of this woke shit that they've pulled over these years, like, I mean, the last 50 years, you know, like it's just been progressive and it's that frog boil, right? But I mean, if they would have tried to do certain things when they came back from the World War II or whatever, I feel like the, you know, the grunts are, you know, I don't like considering myself a slave, but you know, a slave to the system at least, kind of. And I think they were doing better back then, you know, like it wasn't about having $1 million. It was about having food on the table back in the day. Like I'm talking like in my mind anyways, with 50s, 60s, 70s, even up in, it was about less greed, I guess, is what I'm suggesting. But I think maybe I was just more naive and I thought the world was a better place, you know, like maybe that's part of growing up too.
Well, you were more optimistic then, I can tell you. Everyone is a lot more optimistic when they're younger until reality comes up and bites them in the fucking ass, you see.
You have to have that duality too. That's how they keep everybody under their control, under their thumb. You know, that's why it keeps going back through all these years. You've got to have the back and forth, the red versus the red versus blue, the left, right. You know, it's, you know, whether and the woke, you know, whatever you want to call it, you got to have that for a while. And then now we're back to America first, patriotism. It just goes on and on. The beat rolls on.
Yeah, I think it's complex.
What does that even mean? What does that even mean? America first. I mean, I understand giving our money, and we shouldn't be giving our fucking money. It's forcibly extracted from us and then used for shit that we do not agree with at all. That's no bueno. You know,
it should be humanity first. You know, it's just not just in general. Like we should just be good human beings to each other. You know, it shouldn't matter what country you're from or anything like that. But obviously, that's not how some people operate. So
the bad guys think they're the good guys, though. Like I think I'm a good guy, but I can't be funny without being an asshole. So maybe I'm not that nice a guy.
Yeah, but I think your true intentions, you know, like you might, your true intentions will shine through. It's you might make a
mistake. I'm human.
Well,
yeah.
not necessarily a mistake, but like you're
Are
talking
you
about, you
malevolent?
joke, huh?
Yeah, it's cool.
Are you benevolent or malevolent?
Neither. I'm just a seeker, man. I'm just
Well, what I'm saying is like, there's a difference, right?
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. That's what I mean. That's
So to
like
be
good versus
benevolent,
evil.
right? In other words, are you?
To me, it means you either don't care or you're like.
No, do you help? I mean, if you see
okay.
someone in need, do you help?
Yeah. Sometimes I wish it would happen, you know?
That's benevolent, right? If you look at it with disdain or even feel schadenfreude out of it, that's malevolent.
Now,
Say it a different way. Say malevolence a different way because I kind of understand the benevolent part, right? I guess, but
Okay, so
malevolence like
malevolent is
indifferent.
like with ill intent.
Yeah.
Or even indifference, perhaps. Like I don't know.
No, not
No,
necessarily indifference.
You have bad intentions.
To begin with, you start off like that. Now think about the thought's gone.
No, that's cool. Yeah, so there'd be a gray area too. What if I'm just an observer? Like I would never be just. I don't like to watch. I'd rather be participating. Doesn't do it for me to watch. So that's why I've get my hands dirty lots of times. In a good way.
Back. I got it now. Now, like you see the same guy at the street corner bumming every day, right? Okay. Do you feel like you're obligated to go give him money because you see him at the same corner every day? But he runs past several opportunities in his life to do something else. So I wouldn't go that far and be benevolent to like, oh yeah, it's all right for you to stand on a street corner all day long and bum money off people and live like that. No.
You can see if they're genuine or not.
Yeah.
Where they say, "Oh, I'm hungry and haven't eaten," and that shit like that. Get them something to eat.
Yeah.
Get him a Cool Ranch Dr. Pepper.
There you go. Yummy. Are you eating cookies, Sal?
No, I'm eating Cheetos, man.
Yeah, you inspired him.
Yeah, I've been bad for that lately. I'll pop on and then I'll like make a sandwich and have like 2 plates of food while I'm here. Gets my appetite going, I guess.
But I'm just saying, like, you know, it's one thing to make a bad joke or something, but your intentions, like so I was just saying, you know.
Yeah, I believe that's like a baseline magic stuff.
Your intent is to hurt them, even emotionally. Even emotionally. That's malevolent. You see?
There's a lot of psychology. I don't like the idea of
mal. That's where you've heard the word malice, right?
Yeah, malintent.
Maleficent.
Yeah, malintent. Malpractice.
Pfizer's good at that. I mean, all the great medical industries really good at that part of it.
Oh yeah. Malpractice. Medical malpractice is the third leading cause of unnatural death in the United States today.
Ding, ding.
How could that be though?
Because they don't treat a patient. They treat a symptom.
Yeah.
They don't try to they very rarely try to find out what the cause of that symptom is, what that's a symptom of. They just treat the fucking symptom. It's compartmentalized. You know, you've got a special doctor for every fucking part of the body, you know? And it's like, look, this whole thing works together. Okay, this is what they don't get. The whole thing works together.
And that's why people addicted to it, because they just give them pain pills for pain instead of treating the cause of the pain.
Yeah.
Which I've not been in pain at all for the last few days. I feel fantastic. Oh man.
Create a customer base, basically.
Like drug dealers.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think CIA is one of them.
Thought y'all like this.
Okay, so this is footage of the 1986 disaster that literally shook the world. The rocket launch that was supposed to prove how far humanity had actually come, and instead it showed how fragile we really are. Millions of people watched live as this shuttle lifted off bright and proud, and 73 seconds later, the unthinkable happened. Fire in the sky, 7 souls gone in an instant. The whole world was watching this event. It literally shook the whole world. Now, what if I told you that this was actually faked? And everyone who was on board this spacecraft has been found to be alive and even proven in court. Check out this next clip.
Good morning, Commissioners. Today I come here asking for your help, but first a little backstory. I think we all remember the Challenger explosion that took place in 1986 that tragically took the lives of all 7 astronauts on board. It launched not too far from where we're standing here today. Well, the interesting thing is, a couple decades later, this thing called the internet came about, and someone allegedly found almost all of those astronauts alive and well, many using the same exact names. As you can see here, we have Challenger astronaut Judith Resnick and also a Judith Resnick Yale law professor. Michael J. Smith, the pilot of the Challenger astronaut, and also professor at University of Wisconsin, now retired Michael J. Smith. Commander Dick Scobie, who is now president of Cows and Trees. Now, if you'll notice, they all have the exact same faces 30 some odd years later, the same exact name, and they are the same age. Now, we all have a doppelganger out there, right? No big deal. But to have the same face, the same age, and the same exact name is extremely rare. So rare, I could only find one case in the last 120 years. And we're supposed to believe that 3 people from one space flight have exact lookalikes that have the same age and same exact names. This, ladies and gentlemen, is beyond statistically impossible. Ms. Resnick was questioned at Yale by a journalist, and she panicked and ran from the camera. Why? Mr. Michael J. Smith was also questioned, and he said, yeah, we look alike, but that's not me.
Trust me when I say every single one of the people that were apparently dead in this disaster have been found alive under the same name with the same facial features. We are being lied to on a mass scale. The chances of finding 6 out of the 7 people that apparently died still alive is over 16 trillion to 1. Near impossible, but it's happened. So someone explain to me in the comments if they still disagree with this disaster being fake. The quicker that we realize that the world is a stage and they do things like this to breed fear within humanity, because the more feared we are, the more controlled we are. But obviously, for the censored reasons, this was just for entertainment, and I'm as fictional as these disasters, baby.
I always thought that was the weirdest thing, that like when events like that, because when I was super young when that happened, but anyway, how they would roll in the TV and show all the kids, that event or whatever. I always thought it was weird how, like, who gave the message to all the schools to be like, oh, this is going to be the thing that we're going to show all the kids on TV, and there's been other certain events, but not everybody's got cell phones, so they can just instantaneously.
That had to come down. That had to come down through some kind of organized method into every school, because it was in every school.
Every school,
You know what they told me when in my class, because of Judith Resnick was a teacher, they wanted to show us this because it's the first teacher of space. That's their excuse.
Oh, not Judith Resnick. It was Krista McCullough.
Oh, Chris McCullough. Yeah.
But isn't that wild that every single school they would all be like, pick that certain event and be like, okay, today's the day we're going to roll. Like, it had to have been pre-planned, obviously, that we're going to show this specific event. And then all of a sudden something crazy happens about that.
Could not happen, man.
It was a mass trauma. It was a mass trauma mind control operation. The whole thing.
Yeah, I had a great aunt and uncle that lived down there, and by what was it, Cape Canaveral or whatever, when that happened. Yeah. But they had pictures all over their walls of that. Like they must have taken photos of it. Like they I don't know, they were like captivated by it. Like it was the best, not the best thing, but you know what I'm saying? Like they just really, I don't know.
Well, the guy that was doing
captivated by it.
The guy that was pointed out to, I think, Congress as part of space audits, they want to audit NASA for all its fraud. So he's pointing it out to the committee there. I want to see what they really want. See how would they get around that?
Keep shuffling that down to the bottom of the hopper.
Okay, and don't come to the top, and nobody thinks, "Oh yeah, what about the Challenger? When's NASA going to answer for that?"
Yeah.
Well, the challenge or the when that happened, that was actually to take attention away from the Iran Contra. At least that's what I think. But that's what they've always. That's what they keep doing. That's what they have always done. It's one distraction after another to distract you from some other distraction, basically.
Oh
But,
The only thing I remember from that was Ollie North's interview in Congress when what did he say? What was Ollie North
I don't remember. I know what you're talking about when Oliver North was in
in front of
the
Congress?
congressional hearings there.
I gotta look that up.
Yeah. Off the top of my head, I can't think of it.
What is this? Hold on a second. I'm just looking to see. I like to look and see what's new on Jake TV.
And then later on, after he was disgraced, he came back and he was a Fox News analyst. Imagine that.
Who was it? Who did?
Oliver North.
Oh yeah, he came here to my town and was in our parade one time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Way back during Bush.
Makes sense.
But yeah, he came through here. This was
Is he
huge.
from there or something? Is he from
No,
that?
no, he's from down North Carolina, I think.
Oh, okay.
North or South Carolina, I don't remember which.
Probably
I wanna
North.
say
I'm just kidding.
Lindsey Graham, that little
Oh,
homo.
boy.
That dude has got really light loafers. I can guarantee you, man. Just looking at that motherfucker,
Without a doubt.
he always looks like he can't wait to put on a dress or something, man.
It
I'm
puts
sorry,
the
man.
lotion on the skin.
He's a creepy little son of a bitch. They're all creepy little creatures, man. They all are. Oh yeah. Oh man, these ain't those fucking AI things. Those are the best, man. Where they at?
Yeah, I pulled up the whole interview with Ollie North. I'm gonna watch it later, but it's pretty long. You can't remember a lot.
Yeah,
far.
well, I know a few things that I still really am not obligated to be able to say anything about regarding Ollie North. And he's got a real Boy Scout appearance about him, but don't be fooled.
I get you.
That's how they get you, is in the scouts. Yeah, didn't you hear? The Canadian scouts have a huge problem with that.
I came here to tell the truth. Is that what you're talking
That's
about?
off the topic.
Is that what you're talking about, Roger?
Say again?
I came here to tell the truth.
Yeah, I think that might be it.
Yeah.
Sure he did.
Well,
I came here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bowl now. Boo on you, Snowman, for not getting that line.
Yeah.
You don't know what that's from?
What? Yeah, of course I do, man. We think I'm fucking new.
Yes. Yes,
I know
do.
that. Yeah.
You're new.
Roddy Piper.
I think you're a fucking skinwalker that's taken the place of Snowman. That's what I think has occurred here somehow because of the blood moon. Yeah, and gravity.
Yeah, we had some Gravelax today in the morning. There was rainbow in the morning, and it was built of red, like it was.
I felt some. I had like a whole bunch of it, and I poured it off into a bucket, and I got it sitting over there in the corner for later.
Well, I was still chasing the leprechaun. I haven't found the end of the rainbow, anyways, but I'll keep looking.
When you find
It's just right over there.
Pot of gold.
Yeah,
Yeah, Brian's audio the other day was fixed. He got some nice earmuffs. That Brian guy, the guy that I don't know, he's over there in England way, not Scottish. Yeah, I remember that from last week. Not Scottish, but yeah, he sounded pretty good.
Yeah, he's the English guy. Yeah, he's just a. Okay, so you know how okay. Have you ever heard like a real strong, like holler accent?
Oh yeah.
Listen, if you've never heard that, they'll say something and you won't understand what the fuck they said at all. You'll need a translator until you start getting used to it. So just like that, he's got a dialect that's indicative, of his area where he lives at. And people around him all talk like that. and they
I could hear
understand
him
each
really good. I just couldn't. I could understand him like 20% more though. Like I could understand him like 60% of the time now.
Oh yeah, you get better at it. You get better
Yeah.
at it. See, Brian's good people. He's all right.
It's like
We
Yeah, I
like
know.
Brian.
I'm just teasing him.
popcorn
Yay
setting.
for Brian.
Yeah, he's got good audio.
This is pretty cool. Explaining DEI to people who say it's racist to question.
Oh, I know all about the.
The guy selling stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen this one.
We have different prices here. If you're Asian, $1.50. If you're white, $1. If you're Latino or black, 50 cents. I'm
But it's
trying to
just-
make amends for racism and punish the Asians because they have an advantage. They have such high SAT scores.
No, that's not true. Because I had an Asian student in my class that was dumb as a cardboard.
That's stereotyping.
It is stereotyping.
That's not right.
Should I not do this because it might hurt people's feelings?
Not only it should hurt people's feelings, but it's just like out of sense of respect.
It's very hurtful.
That's not right.
You got to be on your goddamn mind.
He just
Slow it down. Is the cupcake poison?
We have different prices here.
Is the Asian cupcake poisoned? Is that what he asked?
I'd be like, motherfucker, go ahead. I'm black. I'll take, like, I'll take 10 of those motherfuckers. Here's a 5. Give me the
What
whole
was
plate,
it? What's
man.
that guy's name? John something.
He was black. He was black, and he was
John-
saying, "Why is the cheapest one?"
John Stossel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stossel.
John Stossel. That's it. Yeah. He's pretty cool. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's why, because I'm over on this dude's page. That's why. Oh, here we go.
Get with the program.
$1,000 for this.
I love these. Man.
Well, big
I bet
news
you-
for us. We are getting.
God, my mouse just stopped. Doesn't work when I tell it to. You know what I hate? All right. So there's something fucking going on. I was sitting there with my remote to my TV. I got this smart TV, and I'll be watching like whatever, a streaming service or something like, right? And then I'll go and hit the pause button. And that motherfucker doesn't do shit. Then all of a sudden it pauses. And I'm like, what the fuck? Because I'll do it twice. Because I go pause and it doesn't pause. And I'll hit it again. And I'm like, oh, fuck, watch here. It's going to pause and then play again. I mean, it started doing this. I don't know why. Is it like taking a while for that signal to get to the TV? Maybe there's an interdimensional portal in the middle of my front room.
Well,
It's inhibiting the infrared signal from getting.
Replicons are seeing the waves.
That's what it is. It's the gravity. There's gravity is pulling on the light waves. Ain't that the dumbest shit? The gravity of the sun was bending the goddamn light rays to the space time, and it's like, well, wait a second. You said, so that suggests there's a medium. In some kind of a fluid medium, of course, because how else are you going to refract or bend water that way, or bend light that way?
Well, I got a light I can carry around with you if you want it.
Oh, I got all kinds of cool things. I have this. You
It's
guys
probably
think
'cause
it
they took the lead out
Some
of
of
the
you have already seen this before.
Metatron?
This is really cool. Yeah, it's Metatron's cube, isn't it cool? It's all inside this fucking crystal ball.
My neighbor's got a dragon laser carved into a ball too.
I got some other shit that's really cool. It's laser carved into crystal like that. My wife and I's wedding thing, we did that from our second marriage. And
We joined our hands and put them in wax, and they made a mold out of it. So
oh, that's cool. I don't want
Frickin'
no
laser beams.
I don't like people touching my fucking hands. Not real big on it. I don't know why. I just ain't, man. I ain't never been a big fan of it, I mean, I'll shake your hand and shit like that, but I don't want to have you putting my hand in shit. Like, that Madge bitch on the Palm Olive commercials?
Yeah.
I would probably smack that. I would have smacked the bitch. I would have, grab my hands down and just soap. What the fuck's wrong with you, man?
Well, they were selling palm olive, You don't
Remember,
They
who
put
was-
real olives in it.
Who was that used to show how you could take a wet fucking paper towel and put a coffee cup on it and it wouldn't rip through? Rosie, the
Oh, yeah.
waitress Rosie. Yeah, you remember her? What about Josephine the plumber? Who remembers Josephine the plumber? Anybody?
No.
Yes, sir.
That one.
Oh, okay.
Are you talking about that lady?
Yeah. And she was like for what was that for?
Oh, I don't
War
know.
effort, I thought. We can do it.
How about Mr. Whipple?
Woman empowerment.
What about Mr. Whipple?
He was the Charmin, didn't he?
Yeah, he was the one he could hear you fucking with the toilet paper from across the store, and he'd come over there and get after you for touching it.
Yeah.
What about Mikey? Everybody went to Mikey.
He likes it. He
I
likes it.
know.
Yeah. Let's get Mikey. He likes it. Well, here's something.
He was a test
I
dummy.
think I showed this. All right,
Mikey
I
was the
showed
test dummy of all test dummies.
I feel like a test dummy every once in a while. Every time I get in a car wreck.
Oh, yikes.
Been in a
Wait,
few.
where- Oh,
Been in a couple. Never the driver.
No, I was actually hit head on one time while I was a driver. The guy running from the police came out of my neighborhood and right into me, man.
Man.
Yeah, he beat his old lady up, and she called the cops, and he ran. He was going 65 in an apartment complex.
Ironically, in both accidents I was in, I never had a seatbelt on.
I didn't have mine on either.
And I ended up just fine. You'll never guess.
I lost a tooth in that process.
Jeez.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
Stitches
That's
across
all you lost. You probably did okay.
Yeah.
So
Why'd he get-
1986, I had a 1975 Cutlass Supreme with a 404 barrel in it.
Nice.
And I was with two other dudes, and we were out fucking getting shit baked. We were cruising down the road. We had been, but weren't currently doing nitrous oxide, smoking weed, and drinking wild turkey. And we were going down the road, and I remember we were listening to Sammy Hagar, Can't Drive 55 on the tape. And then I thought I was on a different road than what I was, and the road turned and I didn't. And I went through like a ditch, a flower box made out of railroad ties, a privacy fence, 2 pine trees, and part of a garage. And I totally fucking shortened the length of that Cutlass Supreme by half. Part of the engine was up in the front seat with me. I do not remember the crash at all. All I remember after going down that road, the next thing I remember was I was laying against the steering wheel like this, and I thought I pulled off the road to sleep so I, get it home later. And I don't know why I thought that or whatever, but and I heard something scraping at the side of my door, and I opened my eyes, and everything was kind of blurry, and there was these lights all flashing and shit, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I lifted up my head and I looked up, and it was a cop trying to pry my door open because I'd scraped the door handles off, right? And he couldn't get my door open. And I looked up at him, and my window was crushed down, and I looked up at him, and he freaked out because he thought I was fucking dead. He thought I was fucking dead. My eye was hanging out.
Jeez.
Yeah. Tore my cheek right here across all the way down to the bone. Had several broken ribs. Glass. Oh my God, I had so much glass in my fucking face. It wasn't even funny, man. It wasn't even funny. I had glass coming out of my forehead for years, little tiny splinters of glass. And yeah, that was fucked up. That was in August, I think, August of 1986. Yeah.
Craig McNeil's documentary.
Everybody lived. The one guy, he initially, on initial impact, he came up from the back seat and hit his face into the back of the head to the guy that was in the front seat next to me and broke his jaw. And then somewhere along the line, flew out the window of the car and laid in a ditch. And I remember the cop asking me, he says, "Is there only two of you?" And I says, "No, there was three of us." And about that time, I heard somebody off a little further away go, "I found one here." And I says, "That's three. That's him." Ain't that crazy?
Well, that happened in '88, I think. Yeah, it was '88, and it was 9 o'clock at night, and I'm working at McDonald's, and I get this phone call. And I'm like, what? Who is it? But it was the police. They told me I need to leave work and go home right now. I get all the way to the house, and there was a guy in a '68 Chevelle. He had drove through my house completely.
Whoa!
Well, we lived on a cul-de-sac, and he thought it was a through street. He was running from the cops. He had an 8-ball of coke in his possession, and he got narked on. So he ran. He's doing 120 miles an hour when he hit the curb where my driveway was. And my mom and dad were in the living room watching TV at the time. And it was in the front of the house. It's a brick house. And the only thing that saved their life was they had a hide-a-bed for a couch. It had a steel frame on it, and it directed the impact of the car to the center of the house. But the one of the bricks from the front of the house cut my dad's ear off completely. That's why I know that Trump is lying about his ear, because they sewed my dad's ear back on, and it looked like shit for the rest of his life, dude. But yeah,
That's messed up, bro.
yeah, but, yeah. The guy got out of the Chevelle and ran after that.
So, did outside of your dad getting hurt, nobody else got hurt?
Oh, mom was just laying on the couch. It totally protected. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
They made this couch very well. Obviously.
Did they ever catch the guy?
Yeah, they caught him in the backyard after he started running. Cop took his flashlight, his bag light, and used it for a baton and knocked him flat out.
They didn't shoot him or nothing, though?
No, that wasn't going on back then. People weren't getting shot every time you get involved with the cops. Yeah.
Stop resisting, whack, whack. Stop resisting. Yeah, their little mantra. I hate them. Anyway, so what did they end up having to like fix the house, or?
Yeah, they had to replace the front brick, but it lifted the whole roof up. They had to come and reseat the whole.
Oh yeah.
The whole thing came off.
Took out a barrier wall, yeah.
The accident I was in, we were dropping a buddy off. I was in the military at the time, and we were dropping a buddy off, and there's construction. We came up on construction. We had just dropped him off at the airport, and we were heading back from San Antonio. We were about in Austin, and we had just passed an on-ramp, and right as we passed the on-ramp, it was starting to slow down because of the construction. Well, this guy in back of us just freaking nailed us from back. My buddy was driving an S10, right? You know, those little Chevy pickups. And luckily, the guy that we were transporting down, he was riding in the back the whole time down there. So if he was still in there when we were coming back, he would have been a goner for sure. Well, anyway, he busted that guy that hit us, busted the back of the truck up into like a V. I went forward and I knocked the front windshield out with my head. It didn't hurt me or nothing. Everything just seemed like it was in slow motion all of a sudden. But right after that, this big semi truck passed us, and it was just, I don't know, it was wild. I mean, nobody really got hurt except for the guy that hit us. He had to go to the hospital, but we were fine. The driver, my buddy, he was fine. But if that guy that we were taking down there was still in the back there, he would have for sure been a goner.
I owned one of those S10s for 3 days, and I drove it, and I'm like, nah, I'm not going to keep this thing. I have to get right back. It's a big crap, dude. And no power at all in those S10s. That was the original one. The first ones when they came, I think it was 82, I think, around there.
And my cousin had a late 90s one. It was pretty slick. It was the ZR2. It would move, but it was still a 4.3 or whatever. Be sick.
Yeah, I didn't
Is Maria and Heron Song at odds with one another or something? I don't understand.
No, but I don't see Maria in the chat.
She was in there.
She was. Maybe she's no longer here.
I was.
That's a possibility.
I wasn't. I was listening to your guys' story, and I wasn't looking at the chat.
This looked like it'd be pretty good. Check this out.
Wow, like runway model?
OnlyFans model.
Damn, are you expensive?
The Matrix is a system, Neo.
Right, my OnlyFans.
That system is full of degenerates. When you're inside, you look around, what do you see? Businessmen, teachers, lawyers, carpenters, the very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of the woke system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to pick up a biology textbook. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on their pronouns that they will fight to protect it. Were you listening to me, Neo? Or were you looking at the dude in the red dress? A dude? Look again. Who is it?
That wasn't a woman?
No. It's another training program designed to teach you one thing. If you are not one of us, you might marry one of them.
What are they?
Transformers. They can move in and out of any gender, regardless of their chromosomes. That means that anyone coming out of the female bathroom is potentially a ladyboy. Inside the Matrix, they can identify as anything, but in reality, it's just delusion.
We have survived by hiding from them, by running from them. But they are at the Diddy parties. They are guarding all the doors while they are touching all the kids, which means that sooner or later, someone is going to have to fight them. Someone. I won't lie to you, Nick. Every single man or woman who has stood their ground, everyone who has fought this agenda got canceled. But where they have failed, you will succeed. Why? I've seen an agent identify as a concrete wall. Men have emptied entire clips at them and hit nothing but air. Yet their strength and their speed are still based in a world that is built on rules. Because of that, they will never be as strong or as fast as you can be.
What are you trying to tell me? That I can dodge lawsuits?
No, Neo. If you identify as an innocent human being, you won't have to.
I identify as an innocent human being.
I can't identify as a transgender.
You can't identify as what, Roger?
A transgender turtle.
Transgender turtle.
Turtle. I don't know. That's all they have in mind. I don't know why.
Why turtles?
Well, it could be anything, right?
Okay, yeah, well, I get no, no, you can't be anything.
Oh, damn it.
Okay, listen.
You're taking my fantasy away from me. Huh?
Yeah, I know. That's you should have learned about that a long time ago when he was a little kid. Can't you can only play pretend for so long. See, this is what a lot of these people don't understand. They've been allowed to play pretend for a long period of their life. And it shows, man. For real, though. I know you're just kidding, but yeah, that's crazy. I'm just looking around here seeing what kind of crazy shit I can find, man.
Why can't you be happy being who you are? How about that?
What's that?
Why can they be happy just being what they are, instead of trying to be something they're not?
Hey, here's some pretty cool Halloween decorations. I don't do Halloween, man. I don't want a bunch of kids coming up on my fucking porch begging me for shit.
You're like a Clint Eastwood character or something, like fucking beware guns on the sign.
Think about it, bro. It's like it's a demonic holiday anyways. It's a satanic holiday. And I don't want to participate in that. And I don't want to facilitate participation in it, So look, they don't even have trick or treat no more where the kids are going around to the houses. Last year it was nothing. Used to be my street used to be fucking packed with kids, right? But now they got so that they're down here with at the park with the police.
Trunk or treat.
Yeah, it's just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Man, I remember in my day, what you do is you put out a mask, you put another mask in your fucking bag, and you went rolling down the street, man, and you hit the houses. You hit all the houses. Now, the best way to go was to go backwards at everybody else, because you saw where, you know, you could kind of gauge where the good shit was at by what kids had and what they were freaking out about, right? Rappers, yeah. But we weren't quite that strategic all the time. But I'll tell you what, we'd get out there and hit as many fucking places as you could, and then you'd switch your mask out after you hit all the places. You go around and hit them again, see? And we double up on that shit. And you had a certain amount of time before you had to, you know, trick or treat was over. You couldn't just have it be endless and shit like that. And man, there's always, tell me if this ain't right, man. There was always some fucking old person or old lady or something in the neighborhood that she'd just like give you like random shit out of her house.
Pencils.
Yeah, a pencil or a cat or, you know, some other kind of shit, you know. Oh, there's always that kind of bullshit.
I'm surprised kids nowadays just don't be like, cash at me. It's like, hey, cash at me. I'll go buy my own candy.
Yeah, right. Well, you know, I saw that. I've seen that more and more, like at graduation and
Yeah, no, for gifts.
and Vegas, you know, just married, Venmo this number or Cash App that number and shit. Or it might be somebody's, you know, 21st birthday. And, you know, people sending money and shit. It's pretty crazy. And, you know, what the hell? Why not? You know, it kind of feels good. Hey, they're celebrating their birthday or whatever. Are there people out there that probably abuse that? Oh, most likely. Most likely.
I saw that when I went to we stayed at a casino up here called Black Hawk, and there were a whole group of people who had just married on the back of their car with their Venmo and their markers on, like, send money.
You can lick my PayPal. Get lost.
That sounded nasty, bro. Check this out. I mean, but I do like the decorations. Now, I'll tell you what, when I was a kid and still to this day, I'm a fucking monster movie lover. Okay. I love monster movies. I don't like the necessarily gory movies, but, you know, like zombie movie, old time zombie movies and vampires and that kind of shit. I loved that growing up, man. I did. And so I appreciate a lot of these really elaborate decorations. And these look pretty good, man. These ain't bad.
That's hilarious.
Why didn't I think of that?
What's that, Snowman?
Why didn't I think of that?
That's all. I think everybody should do that.
That would be great. Way to send a message, right?
Right.
Sure. I gotta keep that. Yeah.
That reminded me of the original Beetlejuice. I know not everybody's seen that movie, but he's basically dead and he's sitting in the lineup to go and speak to the person. Yeah.
What? Do what now?
They're all dead and they're waiting in the waiting room to go speak to their, I don't know, social worker that they have in Beetlejuice, right?
Yeah. Shake, 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 Sonora, shake your body.
I think I saw a thing I wanted to show, and I don't remember what it was.
Monster Squad was one that I can't even remember.
Wolfman doesn't have nards.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one actually. That was kind of scary for a kid though, when you think about it.
I can't even remember it now. I just have like these weird trigger memories of it. Like
the Monster Squad is like
yeah,
the vampire dude come.
Yeah, there
back.
was a vampire, there was a werewolf,
Wolfman.
there was a Frankenstein dude,
But
and
they
a
came through
mummy.
like a portal from back in the day.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they landed in like this kid's backyard or whatever. But
Oh, this is pretty good.
well, Frankenstein did anyway. And he was the good guy, Frankenstein.
I know, yeah, that's what I was remembering.
Well, you know, the Frankenstein's monster. You know, the castle, the actual Frankenstein castle, where the legend for this story, where the idea for this story came to Mary Shelley, is actually in Darmstadt, Germany. And this guy was doing experiments on cadavers and digging up graves to do these experiments with them with electricity and shit. And the townspeople went up there and they fucking burned, sacked the castle and, ran this guy out. I'm not sure if they killed him or what happened, but I'm sure if they caught him, they must have killed him. But it's really cool because I remember there's a, what was it, 15 kilometers up the mountain to the castle run that they do. And I did that one time, man. I was back when I was young and in shape and could do shit like that. Fuck, I couldn't even walk up that son of a bitch. I'll tell you what.
My mom used to make me watch Young Frankenstein. She loved that movie.
Oh, Young Frankenstein is brilliant. Yeah. That is a brilliant movie.
She used to make me watch
that's
once a year.
One of his finest, one of Mel Brooks's finest. Absolutely.
You don't like Blazing Saddles better?
What is it?
Blazing Saddles. You don't like that one better?
No, I absolutely love Young Frankenstein better than Blazing Saddles. Absolutely.
That's one of my mom's favorites.
Yeah. I mean, I like Blazing Saddles, but I'd have to say if I had to have one or the other, I'm going to take Young Frankenstein.
He did the history of the world too, didn't he?
Yep, history of the world. That's pretty
Spaceballs.
Oh yeah.
Spaceballs was ridiculous.
When is now? We just missed it.
That's kind of like South Pole. When is now? Do you feel better now than you did then?
This is pretty good. This guy, anyways. He oh shit, what happened? Fuck. There it was. Oh fuck, man, my finger wouldn't bend. I hate when that happens. He said it's all a hoax and people fell for it. This is regarding the Charlie Quirk. What?
Quirk?
Who's going to say something? I heard something.
I don't think anybody did.
What'd you say, yo? It was probably me.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was me. I'll take the blame.
Right. 1, 2, 3. This math ain't mathin'. Has anyone seen Charlie Kirk's family? Father, Robert Kirk, mother, Caitlin Kirk, sister, Mary Kirk? So normally you would just Google a public figure like Charlie Kirk and his parents and his sister, and they'll have multiple things tied to them, but nothing for the sister, Mary, 29 years old. She doesn't have Instagram? I know. They're grieving. See? Told you. They're grieving. Or they just AI this photo here. Wait. If this is Robert Kirk that was tied into architecture with Trump Tower, why is his name always popping up in things? Who's the other guy? Yeah, who's this guy? Huh? No mustache too? Listen, at that age, they keep the same look. So if anyone finds any real photos or any real info of his family and the disappearance and the not showing love and support as his memorial, leave it in the comments. Don't worry, TikTok. This is only entertainment.
Oh, boy.
I think we're going to start seeing less shit out of TikTok that it will be of interest.
Why didn't his parents weren't invited to the memorial? Like, you haven't heard?
Yeah, I know they didn't have them special guest.
Yeah, I just tried to look up pictures of his family. It doesn't give you any at all.
You can't get any. They're scrubbing everything. No, It doesn't matter what you look up, but
it's annoying. Why? If they want people to believe it, just leave it normal.
That's why I was the other night. I was kind of trying to play devil's advocate a little bit, and you know how Erica wears the G and the whatever other rings. I was like, well, maybe that's their kids' names or something, right? And it's like you can't find their kids' names or nothing. It's like, oh, they don't want that out in the public. It's like, okay, or whatever.
That's the load of nonsense, dude. It really is. Nobody's going to go after his family. They just want to know if it's real or not. All it is. Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm pretty confident what that stands for, but yeah, I just was like, well, maybe those rings are the first letter of their kids' names. Well, no. You can't find anything about that.
So y'all, I ran across this here too that I thought was kind of crazy. I mean, how could it not intrigue me when it starts out with? We'll bring this up real quick. Hillary Clinton, the occult, and the Nephilim. What? What were we really doing in Iraq? And does Hillary Clinton practice or have occult ties? Why was an email found from Hillary's own State Department with members of our own government trying to find with the resurrection chamber of Gilgamesh, the location of his body, and the location of the buried Nephilim? There are ancient burial mounds all across the United States in which many have dug up and found the remains of giant beings relatable to the Bible and other writings. The Smithsonian Institution has took over and excavated almost every burial mound within the United States and abroad. What did they really find, and why are they hiding it from us? These are all really good questions, man. Abraham Lincoln even stated in his speech, and we've talked about this before, the eyes of that species, quote, the eyes of that species of extinct giants whose bones fill the mounds of America. They all knew the truth back then, and they know the truth now. They're just betting that you not knowing the truth and why it's purposely being hidden from you for what it ultimately reveals and proves. Here's like a little video I thought
we know that in the Podesta emails that were leaked.
As I was going to say, if anybody wants me to stop this for any reason or anything like that, to interject. I lost some people on
Just
here.
Janusz, he said he was tired.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, it's a different time of day over there for him. So, and that's it. Yeah, Snowman's there. We're looking at his.
He's there in spirit.
Something's happening there. He's probably getting some food. Wouldn't surprise me. Anyways, like I said, if anybody wants me to stop it, just holler.
We know that in the Podesta emails that were leaked, there was an email in there that was associated with Hillary Clinton, in which she was conveying an interest in the body of Gilgamesh. So I think that that's anecdotal, but I think that the cult members of the cult, I think that Hillary is a member of the occult. The secrecy surrounding giants is kind of baffling to me. And why conventional archaeologists would keep it secret, because it just blows their theories to pieces. We know that Colonel Powell, for example, who's I believe the first director of the Smithsonian, he knew about the existence of the giants that were being discovered in the mountains of America because he wrote a letter to his friend. It's until they determine where they came from. And the reason why the origin of the giants was so important to Powell is because Powell was an isolationist. And the Smithsonian Institute the doctrine is isolationist, the doctrine of isolationism. And the doctrine of isolationism propounds that all these various cultures around the world developed independent of each other. In other words, there was no contact across the seas. Nobody was coming from over the sea. There wasn't cross-pollination from other cultures. In other words, the ancient Egyptians weren't cross-pollinating with anyone in the Americas. Everyone developed totally independent of each other. These are the pillars of modern archaeology and the conventional historical narrative. Isolationism. That's a problem if you're finding red-haired giants all over the world. Obviously, these guys are migrating from over the sea. Mm-hmm. And they're coming from somewhere, and that somewhere happens to be the Middle East. And probably Sardinia as well. Most likely, I think Sardinia is the hub. Was the hub of post-flood giants. So Powell didn't want a theory of isolationism. So there's that, right? But the argument is made sometimes that, well, they don't want to talk about giants because it proves the biblical narrative. Okay, that's a very weak argument, though, because giants don't just prove the biblical narrative; they prove all the myths of all the different ancient cultures around the world. I mean, everybody's got myths of giants, so it's not exclusive to the biblical narrative. There's something else going on, especially if the Vatican's involved in the cover-up. Why would the Vatican want to suppress evidence that the biblical narrative is true? Why would they be interested in that? That doesn't make any sense. You think that they would be eager to present this evidence to the world and say, see, here's more evidence that the Bible is true, being Christians, right, as they are. So what is the reason? Why is this topic of giants so taboo? And why has there been what I believe is a historical and systematic cover-up of the existence of giants? Why?
Wasn't Hillary the Secretary of State?
Yeah, Dr. Obama.
When the raid of the Baghdad Museum
Yeah.
took place? Yeah, I thought so.
Well, the only thing that makes sense to me is that the occult is involved here. That the mystery schools are at the center of this. That the bodies of giants are being used in a very specific way. That there's a purpose, and that they don't want people to know. For whatever reason, they don't want people to know about the existence of these giants because there's something about them that's deeply entrenched, that's deeply intertwined with the mystery schools.
It's part of a ritual involving black magic.
Black magic.
Black magic only works on the rookie.
I mean, are they using the bodies for ritualistic purposes? Probably. Are they harvesting genetic material from them? Probably. That's a much better explanation than, well, they don't want to prove the Bible is true. I think that it's a much more plausible explanation that they're harvesting something from the bodies. They have a use, they have a function, and whatever that use and function is, they don't want a market that exists for these relics related to giants and other things as well, relics related in general to the antediluvian world, and oddities in general. I mean, out of place artifacts, rather. I know there's a black market for that. So, I suspect it's something to do with the occult. I suspect that the cover-up of giants, that more to do with the mystery.
I'm saying it. You're saying it's choppy.
Some people are, it's choppy. It seems all right on my end.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
I'm not getting a chop out of it at all. No, that's great.
Yeah, it seems like all right from up here, but I don't know. Maybe they're
fix the mic.
Fix the mic. I don't think that's a problem.
No.
Maybe you can restart it or something.
I'm putting everybody backstage for. Okay. So how does it sound now? How does it sound? Is anybody hearing it on the other end? Hang on one second here. Hold on there. Is it any better? Does that help it? We got it back? We good? Okay, I'm going to leave.
Okay. He's going to go. It sounds good to me.
Yeah, no, it's choppy. I just turned it on my phone, and it's choppy on that end, so everybody's hearing it choppy.
Yeah, just might be,
I have a theory
it
about
might be
this
getting
stuff.
uploaded.
I think they're
might be getting uploaded with a little blinded chop.
Yeah, I think they tweak certain channels. They just
for sure. Absolutely, they throttle whatever information they don't want.
They'll throttle the
Yeah, there
outputs,
ain't much we
and
can
it'll
do.
make it.
There ain't
Let me
much
hear
we
now.
can do about it. There ain't much we can do about it. So it's choppy as shit. So this is a good part. This is a good point to close it down, anyways. Too.
Yeah, it's still choppy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. All right, no worries, guys.
You're
We'll
muted.
be back
You're
again
either
probably
muted
tomorrow.
or
Who I am?
maybe it's me.
No.
Can you hear?
Am I muted?
I can hear him. Can you hear me? You can't hear me? Can you hear me, Sop?
Yeah, I hear you fine, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Right,
Well,
I-
Why you say no if you
we'll
can't
just
hear
go ahead
them?
and shut it down.
Yeah, no, everything's fine.
All
It's
right.
awesome. I had a good day. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for coming up. Sorry it got choppy, but it is a good time. It's 3.5 hours. So
Sorry, I gave you the munchies.
hey, no worries, man. I was good. Thank you for that. Yeah. Later, guys. Everybody remember.
Oh, you leaving?
There's Cubby. He's back. Yeah, I'm getting ready to go.
I can't hear you.
It's all choppy and shit. All right, sorry. So we like to always say, don't forget the Lord loves the working man, and don't trust white. You see the doctor and get rid of him because he'll probably kill you. And if you heard the shot, it probably wasn't meant for you. We'll see you next time on Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind.